Hello. Papa. Hello, hello, hello. It is Sunday at 8:30 in the morning for me. I do not know about you, but I clocked out of work a couple hours ago, and I'm feeling pretty good. I was actually on the fence about streaming, but I figured it's been a while. Not a while, but it's been a while since I've talked to all of you. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you here on this Sunday morning. It's early for me. It might be late for most, and it might be even earlier for many of you. So I hope all of you are doing well. I am hanging in there. I'm doing good. I've been editing like crazy all day. Or all day for like the last couple of hours. And then I was like, hey, you know what I haven't done in like a hot minute? I haven't talked to my cafe. I haven't put the open sign on the cafe. So I was like, that sounds like fun. Let's do that. So hello and welcome everybody into the cafe. Thanks for coming back. I'm gonna adjust my seat. There we go. That's comfortable. I'm so happy that everybody is able to join us on this beautiful, beautiful, whatever day it is for you. Insert date here. I've been doing good. Like, I've been kicking it, and I'm super excited, everybody. I'm super excited because I got a new project in the works, and I just got lines back from one of my voice actors for this very, very special project. And oh my god, I'm in love. Like, I love it. I love the lines. I love this voice actor. Apparently, this person has never done like any kind of role before, but it baffles me. Like, like I said, when you listen to him, you'll understand what I mean. But damn, like, I was so lucky to find this person. So I'm real excited to share his and of course the other voice actress, their voices with you. But there's only going to be 2 other people in this series. It's not going to be 6 or 7. Can only handle so much of that at a time. So I'm really excited to bring them to you, and it's going to be super cool. It's going to be very different. Well, not very different. Not different at all. It's just going to be... It's going to be an actual, like, not an audio play. Like, it's actually going to be a ex-listener, Vixie ex-listener, whatever you want to call it, type of thing. And so I'm real excited because I know that this is going to get a lot of traffic. And I hope that this traffic will also help Crittenden Theatre pick up a little bit because, it's not exactly a popular thing on my channel. But it's a passion project of mine, and I'm happy to do it. And I'm happy for those 300 people that watched it. Or realistically, like 50 people. Anyways, I am really excited because that's going to be, coming out soon. So keep an eye on my channel for that. It might be coming out sooner than you think. Still, if you want any updates on any stuff that I'm working on, or even if you are interested in potentially auditioning for my channel, please go on my Twitter. I'm always posting things. I'm always updating stuff. Like, I'm always on there. And I'm very happy to receive people from all different types of experience levels in this. Like, I'm very happy to welcome in fresh, and I'm really open to welcoming in veterans. But I don't want, if people are to, or if you were to ever audition for my channel, I don't want you to feel like you don't qualify or like you're not good enough. The only thing that I ask is that you have a setup, like a setup. Because unless your phone does really, really high quality audio, and a lot of phones nowadays do, then I don't see why you shouldn't audition. But if you're ever interested, I'm always posting things on my Twitter about auditions for those of you who are interested. And for those of you who aren't, I'm posting funny anecdotes on there every now and then. But hello, everyone. It's good to see you. It's good to, talk to you, see you for the most part. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for this kind comments. You're very sweet. It's very nice. Very nice of you all to stop by and hang out with me on this lovely Sunday morning for me. Maybe Saturday night or Monday morning for other people around the world. But I welcome you and I hope that you are comfortable. I am so very out of it, to be honest. Like I said, I just clocked out of a 8-hour shift and I've been editing like crazy for the last couple of hours, so my eyes are a little crossed. So I apologize if I like dip in and out of, the chat and of the dead air. I hate dead air myself, so I'm sorry if I feel like I have to ramble in order to fill the space. It's very nice. Everybody is hanging out. Hello. Welcome to every single one of you. I appreciate the lot of you being here. You're all very wonderful people. I need to get a comfortable chair. Maybe I can get one of like PewDiePie's chair. Can it do this? I've been like low-key kind of obsessed with those compilations of him just pulling his chair back and just laying at a straight line. I don't know why, but it's just so funny. I'm sorry if I'm also a bit like sluggish. I've been kind of coming off of a 3-day migraine and it's finally ending, and that's kind of why I wanted to jump into the stream, because I was like, I'm feeling better. Let's do something to celebrate feeling better. I really I love those moments where it's like you finally get like relief, and it doesn't matter how much, Advil or Tylenol or whatever you take. It's just like, it doesn't, and sleep doesn't even help. And that's the worst when you wake up with a headache. It's the worst. I'm super happy to jump in and stream with all of you. It's nice to welcome in new people, the new subscribers, kind of get them acquainted with who I am on my off days and on my on days. But I've been cranking away. I've been practically making videos every single day just to kind of stay on top of all of my stuff, and hopefully I'll have more time to do these projects. It wouldn't be such a hassle if it hadn't been for work. I work in my IRL job, I work as a supervisor, and I have to cover shifts, and a lot of people have called out these next couple of weeks, so I've been working like crazy and I really haven't had the time to keep up with stuff. So I'm having to do like binge days where I'm recording tons and tons of things at once and getting them done. I'm happy to get them done, and luckily YouTube has a thing as a queue to allow me to get this done like weeks ahead of time in order to just relax and not have to worry about the deadline, because like I'm already stressing enough, and I'm happy to pump these out because they really are. And that's why I haven't really been doing a lot of fan scripts lately. I know it's been a while, but the reason that I haven't is because I've been more focused on the projects I want to do, and a lot of the requests or submissions or not a lot, but like a good number of submissions that I've gotten lately don't have anything at all, are jokes, or are just people wasting my time with literally putting a letter in each category that I put or in the questionnaire, and it's ridiculous. I'm happy to have that posted, but if people are going to keep doing that, then I'm going to take it down, because if you actually have a request, please feel free, but don't waste my time if you don't have anything to send to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, somebody literally just sent me one letter and that's it, like as a script, and that was it. And I was like, what is this? Like, get out of here. Thank you everybody for jumping in, and I'm sorry if I don't like to complain. That's something that I don't like to do, especially as somebody who's like dealing with a lot. Like, I hate doing that. I'm just glad that I'm able to vent a little bit. Like, I don't exactly have a lot of friends in real life because I'm working so much. So I'm happy to be here to have a little bit of an outlet to vent, just a little bit. But I'm happy, like, I'm happy that I'm able to have this group of people that I can kind of vent to. And yes, I am reading the chat, so your comments mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. And I'm not burning myself out. I'm not dealing with, I'm dealing with my things at my own pace. And in terms of like my migraines and stuff, it has to do with, it's a hereditary thing. Like, it's something that my dad has, my brother has, and it's something that, it's my entire family on my father's side, we all deal with it. And it's just, it happens every now and then. It's not something that's super alarming where it's like it's a weekly or a monthly thing. Like, it's just every now and then. This is the first time that I've had one in like months. So I'm really okay. It's just, there are some moments that are harder than others, and that's fine. It is what it is. We get through it. And that's why I'm here, because I'm celebrating the fact that I've gotten through it. I'm celebrating with y'all. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and pop into the chat just to kind of look around at stuff. Hello, everybody in the chat. I'm going to read the chat really quick. Where do I draw the line with role plays? Ooh, that's a good one. With me, it has to do with, I'm not really comfortable doing the whole, well, honestly, anything having to do with, like, that's difficult, because uncomfortable is one thing. Like, what I'm just not interested in doing is another. Like, I'm uncomfortable with doing, like, full-on NSFW, like, full-on erotic roleplay. Like, I can't do it. I as much as I talk about, like, the different aspects of it, I've just never been comfortable putting myself out like that, and it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just my own comfort level. But things that I'm not really interested in creating in terms of role plays, to be honest, like anything having to do with, like, incest or, that kind of stuff, like a little bit more of the scarier things. Like, I've had some pretty scary conversation or like script requests, very specific things. And there are some things, like, I will not do things. There are some scripts that get really specific, and it's something that if you want something that's a little bit more specific, then please join my Patreon and just donate like $10 once and I'll do it for you. But I'm not going to do a script that's really geared towards one person, like, I'm going to try and do something that's geared towards a lot of people, like something that I think that other people are going to relate to, not necessarily like the word enjoy, but relate to or feel like they can connect to. So those are the kinds of scripts that I kind of stay away from, are the ones that get really specific, where it's like it's your own script that you just really want me to do, but you don't want to pay for me to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get that, like, it is what it is, but I will read them, but I most likely won't do them unless the script is like super thorough, if that makes sense. Like, if there is really a lot of thought into this, then I'll look it over and I'll give it, I'll put it on the queue. But in terms of role plays, that's really kind of quote unquote where I draw the line. Alrighty, where was I? Hello. And anybody who is new here, to my stream specifically, please look at my description. I have some answers already lined up for those of you who have questions. And before you ask those questions, please feel free to reference my description. There's just a couple of little things, plus some little like tidbits on how I run my streams. So thank you, and so to those people, I would gear you towards that, and thank you for stopping by. Well, I mean, in terms of me being uncomfortable with the concept of NSFW, I listen to it. Like, everybody, listens or watches porn. Like, it's not an uncommon thing. Like, please. anybody that has access to the internet has heard or seen it. God, especially nowadays, it's not that, you know, I don't have anything against other people who, you know, put out that kind of content, but the content that I listen to is predominantly male voices, and that is an entirely different world than if a female were to do NSFW. It's a lot of the same grievances, but I feel like personally it's the same reason why I haven't, you know, shown my face, shown any part of my body, shown any kind of glimpse into my real world, is because, like, it's for my safety. You know, I'm not going to do something just because one person wants to. I'm not going to do that. And it's for my own safety. It's for my own peace of mind and for my own, like, comfort. So, and just because I run a channel that involves me doing role plays doesn't mean that I'm going to do something that one person wants me to do. You understand? Or, like, you know, 3 people not want me to do. I'm going to do, or even all of you want me to do. I'm going to do what I want to do because my channel and you all love the content that I put out. So if I'm happy when I make my content, I'm happy the way I want to do it. I'm really happy, which makes more content and thereby more people happy, which is what I want, you know. And I mean, like, not to get, like, ranty or anything like that, but it's, again, it's a safety thing for me, because I live in a world where I was taught from the get-go that door is slammed shut, and it's, you know, as I think for most women, it's just the constant struggle. Like, even now, even with the very little that I reveal, I still get all kinds of, like, you know, questions and comments and stuff like that, where it's like, I mean, if I did a face reveal, what would that change? You know, like, if I did any of these things, what would it change? I would still make the same content. I would still, you know, do what I want to do. You know, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, really showing my face wouldn't change anything, because this isn't a kind of, you know, a channel where you're meant to know what I look like. Like, I can look like anything to you. You're supposed to create what I look like in your mind. It doesn't matter what I look like in real life. Vixie is a character. She's a front for me. And what I really like is that people come up with their own concepts of what I look like. And even some people have even drawn it out for me, which I think is fantastic. I'm not going to say whether it's accurate or not. I'll say it in my own, you know, in my own time. But I think that that's cool. Like, I love seeing what people think I look like. And if you have any art, link it to me, send it to me. I'm very happy to see it. I love seeing all of the, like, I've gotten a couple of fan arts, not a lot, but I've gotten a couple, and I love them. Like, some are, like, one of them is kind of ridiculous, and the other 2 are actually really great. Like, I really love them. Alrighty, let me pop back into the chat really quick. Sorry, I'm blind, so let me kind of lean over. Am I planning on doing another horror experience? Yes, I don't know what, but eventually I will. Let's see. Yeah, some people are a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, like, in terms of comfort levels in NSFW, like, it depends on which channel you're going to. And every channel is different, you know? Hello, welcome everybody. I'm sorry, I'm kind of going through the chat right now just to catch up on my questions and comments, so I make sure that I try and hit everybody. What ASMR creators do I listen to? Would you listen to? I do listen to ASMR, or roleplay artists as well, or other voice actors, should I say. I'm just going to start calling it voice actors instead of roleplay ASMR. I'm just going to say voice actors because that's what we are. I love listening to all kinds. Predominantly, I've been listening to Cabin in the Woods audio, mainly because he makes content that I like to listen to. I also listen to Cardlin from Occasion. I listen to Aussie. I listen to Morgan. I listen to Night Blossom. I listen to Night Haven. I listen to Sweet as Honey. I listen to a lot of really big ones and a lot of really small ones. I listen to Sanctuary. I listen to his work. I listen to my baby's work. So I listen to a lot of different creators. It depends on my mood. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. All right, I think I'm caught up. By the way, I love Crittenden Theatre Chapter 2. Thank you. I loved it. Wasn't it great? Aren't all of the actors amazing? Like, aren't the actors and actresses, like, perfect? I love them so much. They're all so cute. I love them. Like, a couple of them had, like, doubts about, like, their voices. And I was like, why do you have doubts? Why? Why would you have doubts? Listen to how precious you sound. Listen. It's so cute. So I'm really happy that that's being received well, because even though it's not as popular as all of my other videos are, I get it. You know, I definitely get it. Vixie, I just wanted to tell you that your videos have been an interpretation for the books that I have for my family, a small project that I have. That's cool. There it is. I feel it. Make a manga starring me. That would be a very, very interesting manga. As long as, like, my character has a piece of toast in her mouth at all times. Like, it doesn't even if she's speaking, she has to have a piece of toast in her mouth. She's got to have food. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Y'all are giving me nice compliments and I appreciate it. Y'all are so nice. I've actually started gaining interest in Crittenden Theatre, especially after the latest episode. Yay! I'm very happy. And it's not always going to be scary. Like, this last episode had, like, one jump scare, but it's not always going to be like that. It's going to be very, like, lighthearted. So there are going to be some scary moments, but it's not going to be, like, a continuous horror experience. It's a suspense drama, romance comedy, action thriller, wow. It actually encompasses a lot of, and even, sci-fi. It encompasses a lot of really big motifs. I didn't even realize that. And it's on a theater stage. Like, I didn't realize how many motifs this encapsulates. Encapsules? Is that the word? I don't know. Either way, like, I think this is hysterical. Like, it definitely says a lot about me as a filmmaker. The no face reveal is actually the reason I like the channel. That's mostly because I have Aspergers and it helps me not to think about the face too much. Oh, okay. See, that's a really interesting way to look at it. That's really interesting. I like that. Like, some people find it more comforting that I don't have, like, they're not making eye contact or that there isn't a face to look at. Because honestly, I feel very uncomfortable watching those kinds of videos as well, where they're like looking into the camera and thereby looking at me. And it's like, oh, okay, what do I do? Do I, like, respond? Or it is kind of, even I find difficulties listening or watching those kinds of videos. So instead, I'll just kind of turn my phone over and just listen to the audio instead. So I get it. Like, I totally get it. And I'm happy that my channel brings you comfort, like, even in this kind of way. Like, I'm really happy about that. I never even thought about that. That's really cool. See, this is what I like about this channel. I'm learning things. What kind of movies do I like? Horror or 18 plus? I mean, aren't most horror movies 18 plus? Like, I mean, aren't most of them just gore porn? I like all kinds of movies. Like, I don't really have a specific genre. I don't watch a lot of, like, westerns, but that's just because I haven't seen a western where I'm like, ooh, I need to watch that right now. But I listen to a lot of music. I watch a lot of movies. I don't really have is there a word that, like, genre fluid? As Wow, that sounded very wrong. That sounded really wrong. But it does get across the point that I was trying to make. Like, I don't really have a specific genre that I gravitate towards. I'm happy. I'm happy either way. I'm just happy to have music or have movies in my life. I love that little jump scare in Crittenden Theatre. Thank you. I thought it was great too. It's hard to write jump scares in a book. Like, it's really hard to do it, but I felt like with audio I can give it that finesse it needed. Would you ever consider making an art video? What do you mean an art video? I like showcasing other people's art. I would totally do that, but it would be but it would be like 5 seconds long because there's only like 3 pictures of 3 fan arts that I know of currently. It'd be a very short video if that's the case. Also, the sound has improved on Crittenden Theatre. I think Sydney's voice had a better sound. Really? Because she gave me, like, her tracks gave me no problems. Like, it's honestly it's a fun little tip and trick for those of you who are, editing. Music absorbs all kinds of background noise. So that's why I have that string quartet or orchestra in the background. It's trying to absorb any of that. Like, you can hear the hiss. It's absorbing any of that. So it's kind of like a little cheat thing. So that's probably what it is that I turned up the volume a little bit on the music, and that might have drowned out all the extra static. Oh, I'm so happy people aren't bothered by the jump scare because, But then again, there aren't a lot of people that watch the video in the first place. Speaking of which, I found out that Shadowies is going to upload my Harley Quinn video. So the first ever Vixie Voice collaboration that is on another channel is going to be uploaded in the near future. I don't know when, but it'll be hopefully soon. So go check that out. Like, that's going to be a lot of fun. As far as I know, I don't think it's part of a series, but as far as I know, if you know the characters or kind of know their background, you don't really need a lot of context for it. So check it out. I'm real excited. You guys have heard me, give the Harley impression a couple of times, but now you'll be able to catch the whole thing. And if I remember correctly, it's a pretty hefty video, so you get me a lot. And I'm real excited because it's the first collaboration where I'm not editing the voice. Like, it's the first time where I get to send a voice track and I don't have to edit it. Oh, it feels so nice to do, and I want to do more of it because it's so easy. So much easier. Alrighty, where was I? Oh, here we are. Alrighty, I'm all caught up. For some reason, sometimes I will watch a scary video before bed thinking I'm brave, then stay up all night. Yeah, that happens to me too sometimes. Or I'll start with something and I'm like, that wasn't that bad. And then I'll fall deeper and deeper down the hole and it's like, oh no, I can't go back now. Hey Vixie, are you currently reading/listening to any books? I've recently started listening to They Are the Empire books on Audible, and oh my god, the voice acting is amazing. I actually don't listen to a lot of audiobooks. I've been reading some Stephen King books lately just to kind of get inspiration for Crittenden Theatre and some of the different like story paths I'm choosing to take. Right now I'm rereading Needful Things because I think it's a classic. The devil owns a curio shop where all the items are cursed. Classic. What animated sitcom hasn't done that? So I'm really excited. Like, I don't really get to do a whole lot of reading. Like, I'm so busy. I don't get to sit down and read. If not Stephen King, it was probably the last book that I sat down and read was The Dirt, the Motley Crue biography, because that was that was a ride. That was a very special ride. And I found out that I've been following and like very closely to the movie that they're making about it, and I'm really excited. All the actors look amazing. All the the plot points look like they sound fantastic, and I'm so excited to see it. Like, I can't wait for the trailers. Ooh, excuse me. I know that for right now I've got a lot of things on the burners, but I'm really excited for this new project that I'm working on. It's only going to involve, as far as I can tell, one or two other the two other voice actors and actress. They are fantastic, and it's going to be this is something that I actually haven't seen. It's a story I haven't seen any other channel do. Like I may have seen a very similar style, but I have definitely taken, like, I took a inspiration from a classic, I think it's a classic story, like a classic motif, love story motif, and kind of threw it together. I haven't really picked out whether or not, if it's going to be set in modern times or like the 50s. I'm still figuring that out, but for right now, it's just kind of wherever you want it to fall. It's pretty open. Like, as with most of my audios, it's pretty non-conformative to anything, especially time zones, apparently. Have you ever wanted to cry because of a negative YouTube comment or a positive comment that made you happy, sad? I've done both. Like, I've cried because a negative comment was, or like I've obsessed with a negative comment that's like, I really want to respond, but the best defense is just not to say anything at all and not give it any power, but other people respond for me, which I appreciate. Like, you don't have to, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I have actually been broken down to tears from a couple of pretty mean comments or uncalled for comments. But I've also been, like, I've gotten a lot of really sweet, like, responses from, like, comfort videos that really brighten up my day and make me sad that, they have to deal with that, but I'm happy, like, that I was able to help them as much as I could. And, like I said, as much as I'm here to help, like, there's only so much I can do. And I will tell you, if you send me any kind of personal message, there's only so much I can do. I'm going to keep, and there's only so much any other ASMR artist can do, there's only, or, you know what, from now on, I'm not going to call it roleplay or ASMR artist. I'm going to just say voice actress or voice actor. Like, I just think VA is very straightforward. It encompasses everybody. So, like, and that's just it, is that other voice actors and actresses we're not medical professionals, unless that person actually is, in which case, awesome. But we're not medical professionals, we're not psychologists, or maybe we are, I know I'm not, but I don't know about any other channel. So there's only so much that we can do, and those are the moments where it's like, it's hard. And that's just it, is that there's nothing ever, like, with those negative comments, it's someone, it's a coward behind an anonymous rhetoric. So I can't really be too mad because, it's kind of pathetic, right? Like, that person doesn't have the nerve to tell me straight up in a constructive way how I can make my videos different. But it's just one person not responding at all to the video, and instead of just moving on and finding a different video, they're choosing to take their pettiness out on my channel. And that's fine. Do what you gotta do. But if you are going to that's fine it's one thing if you come at me, it's another thing if they come at you. I will not stand for people, like, aggressively commenting at each other. Like, I won't stand for it, and I will say something about it in those cases. But I can, for me, it's different. I do not appreciate when other people, like, you know, come after commenters in my community. I don't like that, and I don't appreciate that. And if that happens, please tell me immediately, and I will call them out, because it will be my pleasure. I'm here to protect my lovelies. And like I said, it's all part of, you know, like I have a pretty thick skin, so it's not like every other thing gets to me. But there are some comments where it's like, you know, you really didn't have to say that. Like, you know, you really didn't have to take the time. Like, or you wasted your time writing that kind of thing, you know? And I'm more than happy to welcome criticism if it's constructive. If it's just going to be immature and behind an anonymous rhetoric, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm just going to be like, and move on. I love my followers. Like, I really do. I love every single one of them, even the negative ones, because you gotta have negative ones because, you know, ad revenue. They still watch. Like, and that's just it, is that I can't be too mad. They helping me get paid. Hello, welcome all my new lovelies into the stream. Where are we at right now? We got about 24 people watching. That's cool. Hello. Welcome to the cafe. It's been a while since I've chatted with people, and for some of you, it's the first time, which is awesome. Do I know what I will dress up for as Halloween? I did Marceline, the Vampire Queen, last year, and I loved it, so I might do it again. But I work on Halloween, so I have to go to work, so I'll dress up and go to work. So I have to wear something like, you know, I guess, like, I love dressing up, I love cosplaying, I love doing all that, but the cosplays I do are very, you know, what woman anime character has a very, like, has a conservative look, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's really hard to find covered up characters. So I love Marceline, though. Like, she, in terms of me having my hair the length it is, I actually kind of, like, I've had a lot of people make comments about how much I look like her. So I did it last year, and God, it was a little too good. Like I love the costume a little too much. I had fun in it. So I might do that this year. I haven't even thought about it, and it's right around the corner, isn't it? This is what being an adult does to you. Can I do my evil laugh? Why don't you just watch any of my videos? Just the first 5 seconds of, like, one of my newer videos. You'll get it. Like, you'll be able to listen to it as much as you want. Oof. I have been writing some pretty fun stories just in my spare time. Like, at work, I work by myself, literally in an empty building, and it's really nice to just kind of have the privacy and the peace, just to have, like, complete and total silence to be able to write. And yeah, I know I'm not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff at work, but there's with what I do, there's nothing to, everything's already done, so all I'm doing is just making sure that nothing goes wrong. And so I have a lot of time to write stuff and to, you know, get things planned out. So I'm working when I'm at work. You're welcome. I've been thinking about, like, publishing some of my scripts that I've done just to kind of show people kind of what I'm about, but I'm really afraid of people stealing my stories, because there was an incident not too long ago where a YouTube channel blatantly ripped off one of my biggest videos, and it was obvious that they had ripped it off. It was practically word for word. It was just a bunch of very specific things taken out. And I called them out on it, like, on every social media platform I had, and they got scared and took it down. since then, I have been watching this channel like a hawk. They have made multiple comments about how, like, oh, they're so appreciative that I'm following them. And I'm like, no, honey, I'm not here for enjoyment. I'm here for business. Like, I'm here to make sure that you don't rip me off or any other channel off again. Like, because that's, you know, like, one person messes it up for the rest of us. But that's just it, is that another YouTube channel who's almost got the same kind of traffic that I do. And in terms of subscriber count. And they ripped off my video. Like, why? Why do you need to do that? Just come up with your own freaking story. And so that's why I don't like posting my personal things, like my scripts. Like, I don't like posting these things, and when I do, I make sure that, you know, the copyright is correct, because people just rip them off, and I don't I don't like that. As somebody who literally almost killed themselves studying film for 4 years and came out the other side of it with this, you know, disease that I'm dealing with now, I don't appreciate being ripped off. You know, I'm an adult. This person is a teenager. They have nothing to lose. I do. So I don't appreciate that. You know, like, I get that most of, you know, or not most, but a lot of channels are younger kids, like, they're like 14, 15, 16, sometimes even, you know, I've only met a few above 25 or even close to 30 year old ASMR artists, and that's scary to me, because they don't have anything to lose, whereas someone like me who is trying to do this as a career does. And it's just, in my opinion, a blatant form of disrespect, right? Like, it would be for anybody, right? Like, 50 Shades of Grey. Like, oh my god. Stephanie Meyer must be feeling really pissed off about that. I can imagine, like, how pissed off she must be about that. Sorry, was rambling. Let me pop back into the chat. Where was I? Do you like music that makes you cry? Oh, yeah. You know, who doesn't? Like, there are days where you feel like you just need to listen to music that reminds you of something or someone, and just kind of, you know, gives you that emotional moment, and then just, you can go on with your day. I've definitely induced tears by listening to sad music. Like, I think it's therapeutic, and I think people should do that. Good night, I guess. No, it's 9:45 in the morning for me. But I appreciate you stopping by, and thank you for hanging out with me, and have a good night or day for you. I don't know. Do I listen to rap? Yes and no. I don't listen to a lot of, like, newer mainstream stuff. I'll listen to it because, like, you know, work, or like a news, like a show at work or something will play it, and I'll listen to it. And because I've got, like, TMZ style shows, so I'll listen to, like, a lot of, like, you know, the celebrity gossip and listening to the new tracks and stuff. But I listen to, in terms of rap, I'll listen to, like, Lil Dicky occasionally. I'll listen to Shinedown. I'll listen to, I'll listen to Nicki Minaj. Definitely listen to Nicki Minaj. I'll listen to Rihanna. I'll listen to, you know, Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z. I'll listen to them. I haven't really caught up with a lot of what's going on with rap, but I know there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on in the rap industry, and it's crazy. Alrighty, I think I might try it and sleep, but before I go, I wanted to thank the community for the lovely stream, and wanted to say thank you, Vixie, for helping me in my more darker moments. Thank you! Have a good one, and hopefully you do get some sleep, but if not, we'll most likely be here. Hello! Hello! It's nice to hear. I should say here because I want to say see, but I'm not looking. Well, I'm looking at you, but you're not looking at me or listening to me. So it was good to see you, but good to hear me? I don't know. Hello, hello, hello. It's very nice for everybody to stop by and chitty chat with us. I'm very happy that you're all here. I'm very happy that, you know, people are chilling out with all of us in the cafe. I'm doing pretty good right now. I have been streaming for like what? Not even an hour? Yeah, like 45 minutes. Still a long time. These streams seem to just blow right by me. Like, I was really nervous when I was first doing these. I had like a whole professional setup and then I was like, throw it out the window. Do this instead. It just feels good to, like, you know, feel as healthy as I can with the anemones I have. I would love to be able to be in bed and sleeping right now, but I'm happy to be here instead. If given the option, I'm happy to be here. If, you know, it's getting to the point where it's a necessity, then I will walk away. But for now, it's not a necessity. Cafe Discord when? What do you mean, like chatting in the Discord instead of here? Because I don't see a difference in my format, if that makes any sense. It would just be me doing the same thing on a different platform when I could just do it here where everybody comes to in the first place. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm going to do any, like, chats with Discord, at least not right now, because I'm still, like, testing the waters with Discord. I'm you know, I'm on it every now and then, but I really have it for you as the community. Like, I have it for you to go in, even give me your script ideas and work with other people for like, who are looking, you know, for advice. It doesn't even have to be a script idea for me. It could be a script idea for anything. And if you need help or advice, please feel free to ask on there, because I'm happy, or if any other, you know, scriptwriter / channel is in there and listening, by all means, give the advice that you would feel is necessary. So Discord is really more for the community and less about me chatting with you. It's more about the community, like, getting together and chatting with each other. I'm forcing you to make friends with each other. This is our get along shirt. That's what the Discord is. I meant, like, you'd make a chat and drag people in to talk for like 5 minutes and then switch to someone else. Really, like, I haven't really thought about that. I do know that I brought in people in the stream before. But that's just it, is that I guess I would have to be, you know, really on top of moderation or moderating what's going on. Yeah, I think I could do that. I think that'd be interesting. I would really, yeah, I'll have to think about that, like, and I'll have to make sure that I'm doing this properly, because I've never done it before. So I'll have to make sure that maybe I'll pop into another Discord and then see how I can figure it out, and yeah, see what I can do, because that's really interesting. I completely forgot that Discord, you know, people can just jump in at any time and try and chat, and that's something that, in terms of, you know, a stream like this, I can invite anybody and have Discord going in the background and we could just be chatting simultaneously. And maybe soon I'll be able to get more voice actors from my channel on here, just talking about different things, and that'd be fun. But for right now, it's, you know, I'm cool and I'm chill with just me chatting with all y'all. I think that it would kind of get really not competitive, but I didn't want to feel like I was excluding people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, like, bring you in and then be like, all right, time's up, bye. You know, I want to be able to hang out and chat for a little bit. I don't want to just like kick people out whenever like I see fit. I mean, it's a nice power to have, believe me, but I feel like it's a little crazy. Hello, 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 hello. I really would like to do a podcast with a bunch of other, I would love to do a live stream with like D&D with a bunch of other artists and channels, or even just voice actors that I've worked with. I'd love to be able to do something like that, but I know the people, if it were my normal D&D crew, you would never be able to hear anybody's voice, like, ever. Like, we all talk on top of each other, but that's just it, is that we understand each other. I'm afraid that you won't. So if I were to do something like that, I would love to bring in people who know the game and also understand the you know, how streaming works. Not just any random person who's never done it before. Like, I definitely pick and choose a little bit more selectively in this one. And I already do a podcast on my Patreon. It's just a very specific topic. And I'm very appreciative to those who jump over there to listen to my new series and my podcast over there. Like, I don't have a lot on my Patreon, but I post on it. Like, I definitely do. And now I'm posting 2 things a month as opposed to 1. What? I haven't come up with my next Mistress Vixie topic yet. I haven't come up with one, but I'm sure that it'll be fun because I want to do something different, you know? Like, I like what I'm doing with this. Like, I really do. Do you plan on doing any more song covers? You have a great singing voice. Yes. I haven't had the time to record one, because it's, you know, with singing covers, I want to make sure that I'm not sitting in the middle of a room, that I'm doing something a little bit more professional, like I'm in a closet or something. I haven't found a song that I like enough to do a voice cover to. I have done, you know, my latest one was Livy and Rose, which was really fun. I fell in love with Christina Milian's version, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, from the How I Met Your Mother. She sang it, and she had the very, very similar, like, notes and tones, and I fell in love with her cover of it. So I, you know, wanted to recreate it. I was thinking about doing Everything's Alright from To the Moon, because I think that that's a beautiful song, and I think that that can be a very comforting song to a lot of people, especially the gaming community who has seen it. It's a very beautiful, very supportive, very loving song, even though sometimes it doesn't feel that way. And I kind of like that, you know? It's about just taking a deep breath and just, it's gonna be fine. So I might actually do that. It's just that, I cannot remember her name. Laura, she also did the end credits song from Plants vs. Zombies. I can't remember her, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, and I'm not gonna try, but she has a very pretty kind of alto soprano voice, whereas I'm kind of on the lower end, so I kind of need to adjust the vocals a bit. But I think that that'd be fun. I think that it would be different, because I like vocal covers. I like singing. I'd love to do a duet with somebody. I love to sing in my car, and I think I sound amazing. So I don't really care if other people see me, like, getting down in my car. That's how I roll. I just think it's a very, very fun thing to do. Like, singing makes me happy. I'm never well, I'm sometimes sad when I sing. But I'd also like to do, I know it's very typical, but I love to do a cover of, or my own version of, The Sound of Silence from Disturbed. I don't have that like low gravelly voice that the lead singer has, but I do have a lower register for a female. And that song is like as, you know, low register as you can, or you can get lower, but I'm just saying in terms of low register, that's it. Low register, very like poetic, more not, it's not a ballad, but it's not a ballad at all. Like it's a very like epic, somber song, and I love that. Like it's an orchestra as opposed to like, you know, 4 pieces. I like to sing, I like to dance, I like to do all kinds of fun artsy things. Like it's just, I just think it's fun, you know? I think it's a lot of fun just to do things that are artsy. I don't know, it just brings me joy to do things like that. Like when I'm cooking or when I'm moving around my kitchen, I'll like do little kickball changes, or like I'll do a little like pirouette or something just to kind of, because I don't know why, I just have this impulse. I wish I used to play piano when I was a little girl, and I wish I stuck with it. It's such a beautiful instrument, and you know, I got a lot of respect for people who can play an instrument. Like I really do. I understand the time and energy that it takes to study and learn and just get the hang of, let alone master. So I got a lot of respect for pianists and guitarists and just like vocalists and musical instrument players all around. I think it's a beautiful, like, I think orchestras are just gorgeous. Like I love going to musical theaters and just listening to the orchestras. Like I just think it's mesmerizing. It just really sucks you in. It really is that last little bit that pulls everything together, because you can't have a movie or a show without like orchestra, or like without some not orchestra, but without some kind of music, you know, because that kind of just really ties things together nice, with like a nice pretty little Tiffany colored bow. Oh, it's so cool. So many talented people. So many talented people. Hello. Hello, hello. How have I been? I've been all right. I've been hanging in there. How about all of you? Are y'all doing all right on this weekend, weekday, depending on where you are in the world? So many talented people. So many talented people. Hello. I mean, hey, it sounds like we got an orchestra right in here. We got trumpet, we got sax, we got flute, we got piano, we got guitar, we got violin, we got all kinds of musical. We got an orchestra in the chat, or in the cafe. Look at that. Live music in the cafe featuring the most bizarre orchestra with just these random instruments playing music together. And I'm sure it'd sound great. Like, I'm sure it would sound fantastic. I love live music. Like I love going to cafes with like a live guitarist or something like that. Just as long as I like going into places with live music. If I'm eating, I don't want to hear singing. I don't know what it is, but I like going into places if I'm like in a restaurant or like, you know, eating, like sitting down and eating. I like listening to acoustic or like instrumental, like anything. I don't mind if it's like loud as hell, if it's like the most rowdy beat. I don't care. Just as long as it doesn't have lyrics, because lyrics just distract me for some reason, because I want to focus on them, you know? Ooh, honey, what was the best way to tackle a script as far as writing it? That's a loaded question. You're going to have to be a little bit more specific. There's a lot of ways to tackle a script, and everybody's got a different version of it. But what do you mean, tackle a script? Like, what do you mean? Like, from beginning to end? What you like, the going back and proofreading? What you looking for? Oh, so many talented musicians up in here. Yeah, I feel it. Like, that's what I really like the idea of a very scattered out orchestra. I think that that's kind of funny. Very, very specific sounding kinds of things. But then again, I mean, Steve Martin plays the banjo, and that's kind of cool, you know? Like, you never know what people are really capable of, you know, when you take them at face value. And I think it's cool because you never know what, you know, where talent is going to lie. And I think that that's really special when talent, especially musical talent, comes through. Hello, everyone. Hello. Sorry, I'm kind of like dipping in and out. I'm just reading the chat. Just catching up with the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Well, to beginning to, and because I have a method, but I just want to get a different perspective on the subject. Again, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific because tackling a script, what do you mean? Like how I brainstorm, how I write it? Like, because I don't write scripts. Like, anybody that has been following my channel knows that I don't write scripts. I write scripts for other people. I haven't written a script for myself since Crittenden Theatre, and that's just because it's a book and I narrate. So I like to improv. I think that it, in terms of what I do, is I have bullet points as to how the scenario is going to go. So somebody, you know, I write down a scenario and it's like the listener does this or says this and Vixie responds with this. So I will take that context and just run with it and create my own kind of world with it. I find that with improvisation, it's more natural and that it sounds a lot more like how I would talk, which is, for those of you who have been in the streams, know how I talk. Like, this is as natural as it gets. So I really don't want to, I will read scripts, of course. Like, I read other people's scripts. But in terms of myself, I don't write scripts for myself. I write scripts for other people that I will eventually ad-lib off of. And if anything, it helps me, and I don't even ad-lib until I get all the other voice clips first, and then I'll voice act and ad-lib to what I've already edited. Because it helps me with pacing, it helps me with emotional responses, and it helps me kind of pick up where things kind of drop off sometimes, you know? So that's really how I tackle it, is I don't. That was the best thing that I learned about, you know, from film school, was just, if there is a way to do, if there's a way around it, you find it. And I'm really, like, I write scripts, of course I do, but I just, in terms of these kinds of scripts, I just improv. I find that it's a lot more natural for me as a creator to, like, kind of just take a scenario and run with it. That's not saying that you shouldn't send me, you know, scripts that you have. Like, you should send me bullet points instead. No. If you have a script, send it. Like, I will read scripts. Like, that makes my life easier. If other people write scripts for me, that's one thing. What hobbies do I have? I have lots of hobbies. I dance. I like to perform in theater. I I do graphic design, I do art, I sing, I don't know, I like creating things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to be creative, so that's my hobby, is being creative. Okay, well, as far as getting into brainstorming, because I just have ideas, but I just diving deep in writing for others, because as a person who has a television degree, it's just putting I'm sorry, like, my eyes are playing tricks on me. Oh, in the mindset of someone who's acting out the script. Well, I mean, for if you're sending a script to somebody, like, if that's the kind of advice you're looking for, my biggest advice to you is to write out the lines, of course, obviously, but the biggest advice that I can give you is write what's happening in the scene, like, on top of the lines, like, or like, you know, before the line. Write out, and, like, you know, in this scene, you are talking to this person or the listener, and the listener says this, and you respond in a more agitated tone. Like, give them always, it just makes their lives 10 million times easier, and mine 10 million times easier, if you tell us what's happening in the scene. Because you can give us lines all you want, but it helps us in terms of inflection to know what's happening in the scene. So that would be my biggest advice to somebody who's, you know, looking to send scripts to people. Make sure that you tell us what's happening in the scripts, not just send us the lines and expect us to just roll with it. How's life? I'm hanging in there, doing me, you know? What's the worst thing I have ever done to someone? Oh. Well, to be honest, I've done some pretty nasty things to some people, and it kind of haunts me to this day because I haven't had the chance to apologize to them, and I don't think I ever will. So it's kind of like, I guess, one terrible thing that I've done to somebody, and I only done this once, but I did cheat on somebody, like, on a relationship that I was in. I did technically, yes, cheat. It wasn't anything, it was a very, very specific situation, but I think in terms of the worst thing I did, it was something along those lines, and it was very heartbreaking. Like, I hated that feeling. I hated being in that situation. So that was the first and last time I'd ever done anything like that. So yeah, that's kind of a horrible thing that I've done to someone, I guess, because, you know, people, I don't know what to say. Like, you know, I'm not justifying my actions in any way, shape, or form. I feel awful about what happened, even though that person went right around and cheated on me with someone else. Again, I'm not going to justify anything, but I am saying that two wrongs don't make a right. I'm saying don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. It's not worth it. Like, it hurts. It makes you feel disgusting as a human being, and it just, the aftermath is just, the fallout is just not worth it. You know, it's not worth it. So don't do it. If you ever, you know, have the chance, don't do it. Don't do it. Alrighty, to change the topic. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello. Do you have any funny, awkward stories? I've got a lot of really funny / awkward stories. Like that story that I tell about me going to a rave and my friend on the way home sticking her freaking giving a light show to the car next to us going on the interstate at 75 miles an hour because she was tripping on us. That story is true. 100% true. I love reminding her that this actually happened. I have a lot of really funny anecdotes about stuff like that. Hello. The rave story still cracks me up. I love that story. It's one of my favorite stories, and the reason I have been a permanent designated driver. Like I when we go places or when I go places with my friends, I don't drink, I don't do heavy drugs, so I'm happy to be the designated driver because I can't drink. So I also enjoy being the person that remembers these stories. Because I love these stories. They make me happy. They make me laugh. Oh, rave story. Okay. So it's a story I told in I can't remember if it was my needle role play or not, my trypanophobia or fear of needles comfort role play. Basically here's the long story short. Okay. I'll tell the story because it's really funny. So I was on my way to a rave, and it was an underground, which means that it's not 100% legal. So we went, and my friends and I this is my first time going to something like this, so I was really excited, and my friends were veterans, so they were showing me the ropes. They knew what they were doing. So we show up to this place, pay the money, and 20 minutes in, it gets busted by the cops. So we all have to leave. No one gets arrested. We all have to leave. But 20 minutes, like as soon as we got there and walked in the door, all of my friends took a tab of acid. So it didn't kick in until we were halfway back home. On our way home, we hit the interstate and everybody just started, kicking in. Like people were just feeling themselves. They were feeling it. And we were listening to, rave music. We were listening to some good old fashioned EDM. And next thing I know, like we're driving down, we're going 75 and I notice a breeze. Like the car's a little colder than normal. And I look back like out the rearview mirror and I see my friend's butt inside of the car, like next to the window. Her torso and the rest of her body were hanging outside of the car. She was in a tutu, so the tutu was kind of like, how dogs, when they get the cone of shame and they try to go out the dog door, but they don't fit? That's kind of how it was. The tutu was just covering up. It looked like she was stuck in the window. And I noticed she is waving something at this car next to us. It's a glow stick. She's giving a light show with a glow stick, waving it around to this car next to us going 75 on the interstate. And I'm like yelling at my friend next to her, like, get her in. Like, what are you doing? Get her in. So we get her in the car and we close the windows. And luckily, like, she had child locks on this car, so we locked the windows. But we got home. Everybody was fine. We got them home. And the next morning, she like looked at me and she was like, what did I do? And I was like, well, honey, it was the funniest thing I had ever experienced in my life. Just looking up and seeing her ass inside of the car and the rest of her hanging outside. She was giving a light show with a stick. Like, light shows are traditionally given with like gloves with lights on the fingertips, and they give like these really cool effects when you wave your fingers around. But no, she had a glow stick and she was like, good enough. Like in her mindset, she was like, this is great. Like, this is awesome. I would have loved to have been like in her shoes, like wondering what the thought process was. Cause I've never done acid before. I've never done it. I'm not thinking about doing it, but nor am I condoning it. I'm just saying that was like, oh my God. That's why from that moment on, I was like, I don't care if I go out with my friends and I'm the designated driver and they're all having a good time while I'm drinking. I'm guaranteed gonna have a good time. That's one of my favorite stories. I have talked about it, like I said, in one of my videos, and it was just so funny. It just busted me up. Like, I love that story so much. It's really got a really special place in my heart because it's, you don't hear those kinds of stories. Hello everyone, welcome. I just finished up telling the story of my first underground rave experience, and my friend, my friend's infamous light show. And did your friend sing when she was doing the light show? She had a pacifier in her mouth, so she was, because when you're on acid, you grind your teeth. That's why a lot of ravers have pacifiers. Because when you're tripping, you kind of tend to grind your teeth. So she was just grinding away at this pacifier. She wasn't singing. She wasn't making any noise. She was just waving this glow stick around. I would have heard her a lot sooner. Hey, do you plan on doing a historical fiction script? Not really. Not unless it's written for me. I kind of tend to stay away from topics that I'm not really 100% familiar with, or that have a lot of, like, it's really easy to do something like when it comes to real world reference. It would be really easy. I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and I'm not messing up or saying the wrong thing, because there are a lot of people who are like Star Wars nerds who get really, really, really butthurt when something doesn't, when something, especially when it comes to historical buffs, when something isn't, like, right. So I want to make sure that I do it justice. So if there is a script that someone, wrote for me, then I'll read it. I'll be more than happy to do it. I just don't know if I'd ever, aside from, Princess Vixie, I don't know if I'd write something myself that would be 100% like, I know this 100%, like, to the best of my knowledge. Have you ever failed miserably at a job interview? No, actually. I've never actually. I haven't. Actually, yes. I didn't fail miserably at this interview. It was just not a good interview all around. Mainly because, like, it was a weird location and it wasn't a job that I was 100% about. So I was very, like, my attitude was very lackluster because of it. Like, it showed. It was like a lash extension job or something, and I was like, I wasn't 100% in it, like, so my emotions really, like, showed. So that interview didn't exactly go too well, but to be honest, I didn't really care, because it didn't interest me enough to really fight for it, Hello to everybody who is joining us in the chat. It's been about close to an hour and a half, and we are just chugging along talking about random stuff. I'm very happy that y'all are here and hanging out with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. Ooh, excuse me. I'm very, very happy with the way things have been rolling along lately on my channel, and with the I cannot believe that I actually surpassed Morgan Audio's subscriber count. How? Like, I checked on it. I thought I could have sworn she had 10,000. I thought she had 10,000, but apparently not. Like, I thought Night Blossom had like 7,000, but apparently not. And I was like, how am I? Oh wait, no, never mind. She passed me. Oh, she passed me again. Oh, damn. Yeah, she passed me. Okay, good. Like, I thought, like, for a hot minute, like, I had more than her, but thank God, like, no, she has more than I do. Not by much, but she still does more. I'm just so surprised at how fast my channel is growing. Like, I've almost got 6,000 subscribers in a little over a year. That's crazy. And I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you all so much for just, sticking with me, catching the streams, checking my Discord, watching me on Twitter. Like, I appreciate all of you. Like, I appreciate you very much for just putting up with me in the first place. Hello, everyone. Hello. I mean, who doesn't love your voice? Thanks. I mean, you and Morgan are definitely my favorite. Thanks, Shane. I see you, Shane. A little biased, but I'm kidding. What other channels do you watch besides voice actresses or voice actors? I've been obsessed with Jenna Marbles. Because of her, I like dyed my hair a different color. Like, I have been watching her videos like crazy. I don't know what it is, but I love her. Like, every time I watch her, I was like, protect her. I love her so much. She's so funny. I love that, like, her channel is basically like what I want my channel to be. Her doing what she wants because it makes her happy, that it makes her laugh, or that it makes, a couple other people laugh, and that's what she likes. That's what makes her happy. She does things that make her laugh, and the chance that it'll hopefully make someone else laugh. And that's what I want with my channel. So I love Jenna Marbles. I love Game Grumps. I love, Game Theory. I love the Let's Play channels. I love Beauty Gurus. I love, Simply Nailogical. I love watching all kinds of different videos. The only ones I really don't watch are, the Logan Paul ones, the Casey Neistats. I don't watch a lot of, like, the people that I don't feel... There are some people in YouTube that I don't feel deserve to have a YouTube channel or any kind of attention anymore, but still for some reason keep popping up. So those are the channels I generally tend to avoid. Like, the people that have kind of gone through things or have had some kind of weird scandal or some kind of weird news break out about them, I haven't really dropped off those channels. So in terms of other voice acting channels, like, or aside from voice acting channels, those are the stuff I generally tend to watch. Jenna Marbles and Vixie crossover. I mean, we're essentially like, she and I have very similar personality types. And I love her, but she is untouchable. She's got like 18 million subscribers. She is untouchable. Who knows? Someday maybe she'll invite me to come onto her podcast, and I'll be able to give her an immediate answer because I would never keep her waiting. Yes, I'm 100% with you on the whole Logan Paul thing. Why is he still getting attention? I don't know. Because people bring him on their channels for, monetization. They know it'll get them clicks. That's what I'm saying. As long as he's still endorsed, he's still going to keep making money. And as long as he's jumping up on other people's accounts, they're going to be making money. And he's still going to be making money. I don't know what the hell he's up to nowadays, but I don't like him. I don't like his family, and especially his brother. I don't like them. I don't like that they're, like, people are looking at them as what YouTube is, and that's terrifying. It's very, very dangerous. Do you believe in the Mandela effect? Me? Or... Sorry, you kind of... Oh, no, never mind. Y'all are chatting with each other. That's cool. Can I do a French accent? No, I can't. The only accent I can do is this one and British. I cannot do any accent. Even my like Spanish accent sounds really like a little stereotypical. So I don't like playing into stereotypes. So I generally avoid impersonations and stuff because I feel like really like self-conscious in those moments. Minecraft YouTube is best YouTube. I still watch AFMAO and, you know, all the other creators that are still doing things. Like, I still watch her channel. I still watch a lot of Minecrafters because there are some out there who really are doing amazing things with it. Like, I still watch a lot of really old school Minecraft channels that were really popular once upon a time when Sky Does Minecraft was still running his channel the way he was running his channel. So I mean, I still watch it, and it's still very much alive. Very much alive. Like, AFMAO's got 3.5 million subscribers, more than that. Like, and she's not nothing but anymore, but she was an amazing Minecraft role player, like, or amazing Minecrafter. Like, so I definitely recommend it. Have I ever smoked? Yes. That's why my voice is this octave. Do I Spanish, Vixie? Yes, I do. I speak it fluently. As a Brit, I would love to hear your British accent. Ah! What's my favorite accent? British. Like, it's the only one I can do. My favorite accent to listen to is anyone's but my own. Like, I love listening to accents. I think any kind of accent is a beautiful thing. Like, I think it's so cool that people also think my voice is an accent. Like, my way of speaking is an accent, which is weird to think about. So I like listening to most people like listening to other people's accents that aren't their own, you know? Just saw your video go live and wondering which audio to fall asleep to today, so I thought I'd stop by, say hello, and encourage you to keep up the good work. Thank you. I encourage you to keep following. Please. Hello, welcome. Vixie, you gotta give us a Jenna Marbles impersonation. Girl, have I not been doing it this whole time? Like, I feel like this is my Jenna Marbles impression. Like, she and I have very similar personality types, and I feel like in the way that we talk to people in our day-to-day lives, or our friends in our day-to-day lives, I feel like she and I are very much the same. Do you like black and white movies? Yes, I mean, I don't mind them. Like, I think that they're really nice. There are some that I find very questionable, but there are some that I, truly do enjoy. I mean, who doesn't like a good black and white movie, Some are, there's some really big classics like that. Ooh, excuse me. I have been very, very... sorry. Ever since my appointment last week, my body's just been chugging along. I'm very happy that you are all here once again. Thank you for stopping by and making my life easier for doing these live streams. Otherwise, it would just be me talking about the weather. And I appreciate all of you keeping me talking. Like, I really do appreciate it. Have you ever seen Blazing Saddles? I've not seen it. I've heard of it. I really appreciate everybody chatting and sending me little questions and keeping this going. It makes my life easier. I find it very interesting listening to you as you have so much confidence and energy. Yeah, it's easy to talk to somebody when nobody's responding back. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've got a lot of confidence. That's because I'm not looking at nobody. I'm not talking to nobody. Like, I'm sitting in here in a room by myself. Like, and that's just it, is that I have confidence because, yeah, I'm live, but I'm not scared of saying anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I and if I do, I will correct myself. Or I'll laugh at myself, depending on what joke it is. I mean, that's just it, is that, like, in terms of me, and I mean, I'm a pretty confident person in general, and that's just because I think I just have no shame. Like, at this point, I'm impervious to it. So I've been very, like, because I'm a weird person. I like that. Like, I like that. I spent a lot of time, especially in high school, feeling bad about those kinds of things, and I'm not going to let other people make me feel bad about it no more, because you see what I'm saying? Like, so, I have a lot of confidence because I like who I am. I like who I'm becoming. Yes, I've done terrible things and I have, made mistakes, and I'm moving on, and, well, not moving on, but I'm learning from it. And that's, in my opinion, really what kind of makes or breaks the confidence, is that I'm able to pick myself up and just keep going and just understand that, have the common sense and common decency not to do stupid things. Like, and that's just it, is that that's really where my confidence comes from, is just me being comfortable with me, because honestly, this is as good as it's gonna get. I'm new to the channel. If you have any favorite videos you've created, it's 3 a.m. and I need to sleep. Don't watch my nightmare comfort one, because it will scare the hell out of you 20 seconds in. Or if you do, just skip ahead 21 seconds. Like, you'll be fine there. Like, guarantee you'll be safe there. I think in terms of one that might be good to help you sleep, The Missing Link. It's a sci-fi one that I wrote about an OC of mine. But it's very soothing. Like, I think in terms of one of my quote-unquote soothing pieces, that would be the one. If I could have any superpower, what would it be? Telekinesis. Honestly, the idea of psychic abilities of the mind I think that's a dope concept. I've always been more drawn to Raven anyways. Vixie's got going on, I see. Well, yes. Hell yes. I do have mirrors in my house. Have you ever been to Ireland? No, but I really, 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 really want to go. I really want to go. Like, I don't know what it is, but I think Ireland is, like, I've seen it. I know people that live there and have invited me time and time again. I just haven't had the financial means at the time to go. I would love to go to Ireland. I think that'd be such a beautiful trip. I think that'd be so amazing. Plus, I melt with an Irish accent. Like, I love Irish accents. I don't know what it is, but I love them. You sound like a brunette that is currently wearing a ponytail. I sound like a brunette? How? How do I sound like a brunette? That's funny. That's funny. I'm not wearing a ponytail actually, but I love ponytails because of my hair. Like, I need to get it out of my face, and that's the only way to get it out of my face. Hello, people who are just joining us. Hello. I'm just answering questions in the chat and just chatting about random stuff. Appreciate your recommendation. I'm gonna go watch that now. Bye. Bye. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye. And thank you for stopping by. I take offense. My significant other is brunette. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with brunette. Ain't nothing wrong with brunette. Like, I have lots of brunette friends. No, I'm not gonna be that person. I don't know how someone sounds like a brunette. Like, how does someone sound like a color? like a hair color and a hairstyle? Like, how does someone sound like that? I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, it's cool to think that people are imagining me in different ways. Like, I'd love to, like, how do you imagine me? Like, what do you think I look like? Like, what color hair, skin, eyes? I don't know. Like, what do you think I look like? Because I know what I look like, but I would love to hear what you imagine me to look like. Am I statuesque? Am I thick? Am I short hair, long hair? What am I to you? Like, I would love to know what your interpretation of me is. That'd be interesting. Like, what color hair do you guys think I have? Or, like, do you like to imagine me to have? I imagine you as the Lich Queen. A parallel version of Jenna Marbles. Long, dirty blonde hair and glasses. Okay. Cute. I like that. I've always thought that I had... Okay, some couple of people think I have dirty blonde hair. Okay. Like a global AI planning world domination. I might be Gladys. You never know. Maybe green eyes. Ooh. Okay. I'm not going to confirm nor deny anything. I'm just enjoying the fact that, like, what you people think I look like. Like, I'm enjoying this. Hair changes color according to her mood. Oh, I wish. I wish it were that simple. Having black or brown hair. I mean, that's interesting. Because, I mean, it's a very common hair color. Emerald green eyes. Ooh. So green eyes, a couple of people think I have, like, there's the first guy that created fan art of me painted me with green eyes. And very, very beautiful caramel colored skin. Ugh. Can't talk. I like that. Green eyes. Tall, slim, brunette, brown eyes, athletic. Okay. Brown, shoulder-length hair, average female height, slender, nice red lipstick, curved into a nice kind of smile with light brown eyes. Wearing a dress with cute high heels. Look at you. I like that. Like, you got it worked out. I like that. Ooh, I like that. Like, lipstick and all. Red lipstick. It's got to be a red. You're pretty tall, Vix. Because we all look up to you. Stop. Y'all are so sweet. Are we all just trying to figure out what she looks like because she won't do a face reveal? Well, no. I'm asking because I'm genuinely curious as to what you envision me to look like, because imagination is a cool thing. Like, you can imagine me with bright green hair. You can imagine me as, with wings, without wings. You could imagine me as like an elf. You can imagine me as anything. Like, I'm really genuinely curious as to what features you think I have, or what you imagine me, what you like to imagine me to have. Because everybody's imagination is different. And that's what I like about this, is that it gives us variety. Hazel green eyes. Ooh, okay. I imagine you with long blonde hair and skinny, which is not even my type. I don't know why I imagine you with that. Okay, I'm glad that people, like, people are saying long blonde hair, like, my guess in your hair color is going to be red or brown and hazel eyes. Okay. I see you as albino with white eyes. That'd be dope. I mean, it can be pink too. It depends on the occasion. You just have the personality for red. I like red lipstick. I think it's very, like, Dita Von Teese, like cat eyeliner. When it's on point, it looks like it can kill somebody. Hazel or amber, not too brown. Okay. Amber eyes. Okay, yes. Vixie as a goddess. Ugh, thank you. Y'all are so nice. Alrighty, I like that. Like, but it's pretty straightforward. No one imagines me as, like, a very, like, with elf ears or anything like that. Or even a tail. Like, I don't know. Like, it's pretty much very, like, pretty straightforward stuff. And I like that. Like, I like that people have their own interpretation of me. And, you know, it's not influenced by other people's decisions, because you're only listening. I'm only, you know, talking to you. And that's what I like, is that I'm talking to you and you know what you look like. But when you're, quote unquote, talking back to me, you're kind of picturing what I look like, or you're picturing someone in this scenario talking back to you, talking to you. And that's what I'm curious about, as to what people think of me. Vixie is actually a cat. Meow. Do you want a tail? I would love a tail. I'd never let it go. I do have one. It's just on my head. Used for balance. It's like a rudder. Some people cannot imagine me as a cat. I would say I'm like a panther. Like a big, pretty cat. Now I'm seeing her as Death from the Marvel Universe. Okay. She meow. She nya. Oh my goodness, y'all is so funny. I imagine you as a rogue or a thief. Oh, okay. Chaotic good? Chaotic neutral? Ooh, what alignment do you think I am? That's a fun question. What alignment do you think I am? Like, because I get all kinds of answers. Pink Panther, Black Panther. Puma from the Jungle Book, just like nervous about everything. Chaotic evil. I mean, I'm not that bad. Like, I knew someone was gonna say that though. Like, I feel like I'm definitely in the chaotic, but I feel like I'm more neutral. Neutral good. I've got 2 chaotic evils and 1 person in my corner for neutral good. Thanks. Thanks, man. I appreciate you for giving me for being in my corner and believing in me. For Crittenden Theatre, I imagine Vixie in some kind of noir outfit. Big black fancy hat and a mask. Ooh. I mean, I'm the narrator, so I can pretty much be like the guy from Rocky Horror who just kind of stands there with a pipe and a bag and like a book, you know? Chaotic good, no question. Chaotic good, all right. Another person in my corner. Thank you. I love how people immediately assume that I'm chaotic evil. Like, come on, guys, give me some slack. Chaotic good. Yeah, there's some people that are in my corner. Appreciate it. Think I'm a decent person. Princess Bubblegum. All right. I feel it. Chaotic neutral. See, that's what I feel like I am. Is chaotic is like neutral. And that's just, it's how I roll. And I like that people have this interpretation of me. Like, I really like that because I'm not, I'm like a snowflake. I'm not the same to different people. And that's what I think is amazing, is that people have their own interpretation of me. That's what I love about fan art, is that when people interpret me, like, people are very generous when they interpret me in art. Like, they're very generous to me. I look like very pretty in these pictures. I just think that, like, when it comes to this channel, it's all about imagination, Like, it's all about using your friggin' imagination. I make you do most of the work. You're not even doing any work. Oh my goodness. We're almost at 2 hours. I cannot believe you all make this so much easier for me. I can sit here and just read the chat and be able to have enough to talk about, which is fantastic. And I'm super happy that you're all here. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, especially on a, Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be for all of y'all. Favorite video game? Oh, God. I don't know. Like, I've kind of been really touch and go with video games lately. I haven't played any new stuff aside from Overwatch, and I haven't even played any of the new characters, or the new characters, should I say. So it's been a while for me. I'd have to say, in terms of a game that I can play over and over, To the Moon, definitely. Because I'm very obsessed with 16-bit or like pixel art. I'm very obsessed with it, and I think that it's a beautiful form of art. I think it's a beautiful, like, I just think it's awesome, and the freaking time and energy that goes into it. And I think it's a game that the soundtrack itself merits its own, like, reward, because it's phenomenal. It's amazing. Favorite anime? That's a lot. I like the name. It's favorite anime. Definitely either, like, I love Baka and Test. Like, I love Baka and Test. I love that kind of humor. That when anime gets that, like, sarcastic humor, that's my favorite. Like, when the characters just get so sarcastic that even the art itself, like, mimics what the characters are saying and feeling. Like, I love that so much. It makes me, like, that kind of humor makes me laugh every single time. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, or PC? I game, like, on PC because that's just the only platform I have. I really don't have a preference when it comes to consoles. In my opinions, they're all the frickin' same. Except for Nintendo, who apparently is just doing its own crazy thing. But I love all types of games. I think it's I don't really have a preference in terms of one company or another. I just think that there are a lot of really amazing games out there, and I think that, you know, more and more people are more and more people are coming out with more and more amazing content. So I really don't have a preference either way, because they're all the same frickin' thing to me, you know? Like, it's just, the only one that's different is PC and Nintendo. I dare you to, I'm one of those people that truly believes that Xbox and PlayStation, the only thing that's different is the company and their marketing strategies, obviously, but they are the exact same thing. Like, I don't know what the hell the difference is. Maybe specs, maybe content, I don't fucking know, but I don't understand what the difference is between the two of them, aside from the marketing and the fact that they're constantly at each other's throats. I don't understand how they're different. I don't. You should do a pixel art for the next stream. All right, yeah, it would just take me a long time, and I wouldn't be able to chat as much. I would be so focused in on one thing, you know? Hello everyone that's just jumping in. Hello. Favorite Pokemon? Mew. I love Mew. So cute. And I love Eevee too. Like, so fluffy. I love them. I love those two. They're hands down my favorite. Favorite horror movie? I love the original Exorcist. You know, you can't go wrong with a classic. Because it's not, I mean, it is pretty terrifying, but it's not like jump scare scary. It's just disturbing scary. And that's what I like about it. Like, I love Pi. That was a crazy movie. Like, I love that movie. And I love movies like that. Movies that aren't jump scare reliant, but actually scare the hell out of you with story. That's what I like. That's good storytelling right there. Oh my goodness, Unicorn, hello. I was just talking about you at the beginning of the stream. Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, you have a question for me. Okay, I'm curious. What's your favorite kind of music or any guilty pleasures? I love listening to all kinds of music. Right now, I'm really on kind of like a rock binge. I love 6 a.m. I love, Fall Out Boy. I love all kinds of music. But I've kind of been on a rock binge lately. Like, I've been on a Fall Out Boy, Motley Crue, 6 a.m., all kinds of rock music binge. So it's it bounces around a little bit. And any guilty pleasures? Dancing. I love dancing. I like singing. I think it's fun. And welcome! I'm so excited that you're here. PlayStation, you find anime fans, and on Microsoft has Major League Gaming frames per second gamers. First person shooter gamers, sorry. That's my film degree kicking in. FPS in my mind doesn't mean first person shooter. No, okay. MLG, I mean, I guess. Again, how are they different? Any slasher movies? Lots of them. All of them. I love slasher flicks. I love them. I love Friday the 13th. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Saw. I love Gorefest. I think they're fun. Because they always happen right when you know they're about to happen. You know, like you can anticipate the gore in a slasher flick. It's whenever there's a quiet moment or anything good is happening on the screen. That's when you know it's about to go down. Microsoft and Sony are at each other's throats. I guess you and I were watching a different E3 back during the console wars then. There is such a thing called the console wars, and there's no way that they haven't stopped. Like, it's been a while since I've been on the circuit, but, again, I don't understand what the difference is. Hello. Favorite mythical creature? I guess a unicorn? But unicorns exist, though. They're not so they're my favorite creature. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I guess a dragon. Like, I guess a dragon would kind of be my favorite mythical creature because they're dope. It took me a bit to see the difference between the two consoles, but the thing that makes people decide which is better primarily are the exclusive games. Shadow of the Colossus on PS4 and, like Call of Duty on Xbox. Wasn't that a Xbox only game for a while, or is that now cross-platform? I wouldn't know. It's the same thing, just a different skin. At me, fight me, There really isn't a difference. Thank you. There is no difference. Like, it's the exact same freaking thing crammed into a box, a plastic box. What is the difference? Xbox had a killer instinct which made me want it, but I think PlayStation is better console. Also, you were talking about me. Of course I was. Yes, I was talking about you. You're going to have to go back and, and listen to it because I'm not going to repeat myself. I went on about Shibu. Sony just buy out developers and then they make their games exclusive to their consoles, which honestly is a dick move. I mean, do those studios willingly hand over that money? Because I'm sure what Sony's offering them is way more than what a lot of those exclusives are worth. You see what I'm saying? Like, isn't Naughty Dog, like, I know they're, like, aren't they partners with Sony? Or are they their own company? Halo is the exclusive. Oh, Halo. Oh, Lord, can't forget Halo. The console wars were a thing, but they were caused by the respective company fanboys. That's true. Yeah, no. Fans really kind of take things to heart and kind of go a little overboard sometimes. But I mean, if y'all remember that E3 when the PS4 and Xbox One were just first coming out, do you remember that? Like, did anybody actually watch any of the commercials that Sony put out? Because they were shady. They were shady towards Xbox. Like, oh my god. Those companies, like, it wasn't that the companies were at each other, but they threw shade at each other. The PS4 and the original the hardware in the PS4 is better than the original Xbox One. I mean, I guess it's up to interpretation. Because in my opinion, again, aren't they the exact same graphics? Like, isn't a lot of the components that they use inside made from, like, a lot of the very similar companies? Like, I don't know. I'm not very, I'm somebody that's very outside looking in on this. Like, I'm like a mom. Like, I'm like a mom that just doesn't understand what the kids are up to nowadays. And that's also because I don't own one. My newest console is technically an N64. So, what do I know? Alrighty, I'm all caught up. Sorry, I was like reading the chat. I just got a PS4 just for the Spider-Man PS4. That's fair enough. Fair enough. That was the 2010 E3. Wow, that was 8 years ago? Oh, excuse me. That's amazing. 8 years ago. That's a wow. No, yeah, that was shady E3. That was a shady E3. Like, I Well, wow, I didn't realize you were actually reading us. Yes, like, I always do this in my streams. I always read the comments in my streams. I used to be a cool epic gamer but once I picked up music, I dropped off. So I'm the dad that thinks that he remembers saying, I feel it, man. I feel it. But I mean, I've seen your work also I've kind of Instagram stalked you, not gonna lie. I mean, your work is good. Your music speaks for itself, man. It's great. Like, it's good. What fascinates me now is how games are made and the horror stories behind them. I know the indie game circuit is really kind of taking over the market, and I love that. Like, you know, the indie community is taking over, and that's where, honestly, that's where my money goes to. I will always spend money on an indie game more likely than dropping like $80 or $60 on a AAA game, you know? Whose soul did I eat? What? What do you mean? Have you played any of the Outlasts? I've played all of them. I love them. I love those concepts, like Amnesia, Outlast, Soma, like any of those games where you're thrown in and you don't have a weapon, but there are things coming at you to hurt you. That's fear. That's real fear. And even more so, like, I loved it personally because they give you a camcorder, and as a film major, I found myself trying very hard to get, like, I took the camera way too seriously. Like, I was, like, making sure that my shots weren't shaky, that they were, like, steady cammed as much as I could. If you want a depressing video game developer story, check out the history of Silent Hill. Oh, believe me, I know. But PT was pretty good. I mean, you got Toro and, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the other guy's name. But those two writers, it was so good. Is the new game Agony good? I don't know. I haven't checked it out. I'm going to have to check that out. I've never even heard of that. That sounds like a game I'm going to be all about. Vixie, have you considered streaming and playing some video games? Yes, my setup was so terrible before. I've tried streaming Overwatch before, but because of my setup is not set up correctly, I have to make sure that I adjust the settings properly. I want to. Believe me, I want to, but I don't know if I'm going to do it on YouTube or if I might do it on Twitch, just because those settings are pretty much predetermined for me. And I'm kind of lazy with that kind of stuff. I'm a huge fan. Your videos are so creative. Really wanted to watch you play all the games. Feel like you'd be fun to watch. Outlast was really good. I've not played the second. Oh, I mean, you're welcome here. Of course you're welcome here. Enjoy hanging out with us and me talking about, games. No, Unicorn, go ahead and plug away. It's, you are welcome to, by all means. Yeah, no, I have a Twitch channel. Like, I just haven't used it because I don't like using Twitch because I don't like the idea of paying for subscribers. Like, I like the idea of being able, of people who, I mean, of course you can come and watch for free. Like, it's not going to be a big deal. And if people want to donate, then they can. But subscribers give you access to very specific things. And I feel like right now with what my schedule is, I don't have the time to really develop it. But once my schedule opens up, I'll think about it. I've got a lot of ideas kind of rattling around. Film major, that makes a lot of sense. You're really good at perspective. Story narrative. How you read scripts are really clever, though. That's the thing, is that as a film major, I learned that just scripts. I improv everything. I haven't written a script in a long time. I think since school, since it was a homework assignment. That was the last time I wrote a script. I write scenarios. I'm like an improv class. It's every single script or like role play I do is kind of like an improv class for me. There's a lot that I cut out. There's a lot of extra that I trim off. Doom. Yeah, love the Dooms franchise. Love it. The new one is gruesome. Ugh. I would love to be able to play it, but I don't have the capability nor the means to do it. Sync baby. PT was so killer. I know. It was so good. That's the thing, is that like you didn't need to do anything but walk forward in it. You got this really like 3-dimensional story, and it's so cool. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Like, I want to do things like that. I would love to be able to write stories like that, to where it's so, like, all you have to do is just sit there and enjoy it, and the story comes to you. What about a Discord server? I've got them. Their links are in any links that I have for any of my channels. I do have a Discord. It's going to be in my YouTube channel's About page. I've got them all listed there, and you could just click and join. It's totally free. I don't charge anything. By all means, pop in. And all of my channels are public, so you're more than welcome to pop into any one of them and say hello. Sorry, I'm like catching up with the shit. What is your ideal horror setup in a story? Anything, like I said, that isn't based in jump scares. I hate horror movies that are like boom, 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 boom at every which way, and there isn't, like Paranormal Activity, where it's all about misdirection, where it's leading you to think something's happening, and then it's a lull it lulls you into a sense of security, and then bam, that's when, you know, things hit the fan. I can't stand that, because it's so, you know, there are other ways to do it. You know, there are other ways to scare the hell out of people, and you know, we've seen it time and time again, and that's what I love. I love psychological horrors because they make more sense to me. Outlast 2 was not bad. It was terrifying. It was great. It was perfection. It was exactly what it needed to do. Yes, I do have a Twitch channel. I've never used it. You guys can more than happy to jump in and, you know, give me a like and follow me, and I'll let you all know, or I'll try and post again on Twitter when I plan on jumping into Twitch, but for right now, I'm not planning on doing anything for right now. My phone's gonna be blowing up because people join him on Discord. Oh my god, I write scripts all the time. I mean, I wish I had that kind of patience. I just don't. I don't have that kind of patience. That's why I don't write them. It's because I was like, I'm only going to write them and then get rid of them. I'm going to spend hours writing it, and then I'm just going to delete it. Like, I'm just going to be, you know, it's going to sit there and never be seen again. So why bother when I can just lay it all as much and get what I want, and then go back and re-record things if I find, like, if I come up with something. Because I'm always going to come up with something, you know? Like, I find like it's something that I don't want to. I've already got so little time in my life. I can't afford to waste any more, is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that it's a waste of time, but in my life, with the way my life runs, I don't have time to do it. So it's just easier for me to improv, and for me personally, it sounds more natural. Fallout or Elder Scrolls Fallout? 100% Fallout. I drew fan art for you, but I forgot to say it in the last... Excuse me! You best link that to me right now. Post it anywhere and link it to me. Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Just link it to me. That's awesome. Those scripts, that's awesome. Would have never guessed from your dialogue is really polished. I'm impressed. Well, I've been a... Again, I think that comes in handy with the theater / thespian. Like, I've been in theater and I've done public speaking my entire life. Even as a kid, I was always like the public speaker, the group leader. Like, so I've always been, I don't know, I guess more concise into what I want. I find that it's more natural, that it's more, it takes the pressure off, and I can just kind of sit here and kind of see how this conversation goes, because you never know where I might take the story, and that's what I like, is that I don't even know where I'm going to take the story. Cabin in the Woods, great movie. Great movie. Sorry, I'm like catching up. You forgot I had a Discord? How dare you? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I've got a Discord. Going. Hello. I will see your stuff. Sorry, I think I might have dropped off for a second. All right. Oh wow, we are actually past the 2-hour mark. This is awesome. Sorry, I'm like catching up. I don't look for stories in video games. I'm not the kind of person that spends hours on games. I can maybe play for an hour max, so I don't look for stories. I just want to climb things, and that's fine. There's a lot of games like that anyways. But then there are games like, Five Nights at Freddy's that just shove lore, that get lore shoved into where lore never existed in the first place. And then because then that's a very specific situation, because the creator ended up getting pressured into putting lore in that he didn't really want to, but it is what it is. No, I get it. Like there's only a few video games that I love for the story, but that's because they're story-based games, like To the Moon or any Telltale games, really. I love those because the game is the story. That's the whole point, is your actions move the story along. So like Until Dawn, like I love that game. Okay, bye. Thank you for stopping by, everybody that is popping off, and hello to everybody who is stopping in. Hello, and good night. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch up. Hold on a second. Alrighty, here we go. Sorry, I'm all caught up now. Right. You can act on your gut feelings, where you want the story to flow, and that's a really professional stance. It's very admirable. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wish I had that kind of dedication. Well, you do when you have close to 6,000 subscribers. You get a lot of motivation that way. Like that to me is, you are my motivation, is, all the subscribers, that's what keeps me going. That's the dedication. That's where my strength comes from. I wouldn't have the strength to carry others if you weren't there giving me the strength. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have that strength if you weren't there giving it to me in the first place. So I appreciate you as people. Open world games drop watermelon. So like Gary's Mod and stuff like that. I love Gary's Mod. I guess that's not as open world, but it is as open as it gets. For what you guys are hearing is, I live in an apartment complex, and other people, yes, live around me, including small children. So, if you hear noises, it is what it is. I don't have people in my house. It's people on the other side of my, on the outside, living their life. Lore is cool. Like, Doki Doki Literature Club was super interesting how it was handled in its lore. The downside of lore is figured out. There's nothing left. Well, I mean, that's just it, is that once it's there, then it's there, and you can choose to go back and continue playing the story, or you can choose to, move on from there. But I mean, it's, a story's a story, even if it hasn't ended, even if you know how it ends, Just post it on Instagram and tag me in it. Like, I'll see it. Believe me, I'll see it. Skyrim is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Can't beat the classic, even though it's not that old. It's kind of a, I mean, it's kind of classic. Gary's Mod was my steez. Yes, I love Gary's Mod. I love Prop Hunt. Prop Hunt is my favorite Gary's Mod game ever. I could watch Let's Plays of that for hours and just easily be entertained. Because there's nothing like you're playing a game of hide and seek, then all of a sudden a milk carton just freaking zooms by you. Like, there's nothing funnier than that, in my opinion. Hello everybody that is joining us, and I hope that you're hanging out with us and just chilling out like we do. What's my Instagram? It's Vixie Voice. All of my Twitter, my Instagram, my Discord, it's Vixie Voice. Like, I don't have a special name for Orse characters. It's just me. I hope no one else has this account. I'm saying it'd be kind of awkward. Ooh, my goodness. Vixie vocals. I mean, I broadcast my name as Vixie, so that person, if they do consider themselves Vixie vocals, best not be stealing my content. I think I'm more interested in mystery, like the feeling of trying to check trucks for Mew, your friend telling you that you can't play Luigi, that you can play Luigi as Luigi in Mario 64. There's no more mystery. The internet just kind of debunks everything. I mean, that's just it about, like, video games, is that, yeah, they've got replay value, but in terms of story, that's, you don't play replay for the story, you play it for the content, you know? You don't replay for the story, you replay for the content. I occasionally replay for story. Because there are some games, most of the games that I play are nothing but story, and those are the games that I roll with. Or I like puzzle games. Like, I love Portal, I love puzzle games. Things that, or, you know, Deponia is fun. It's frustrating, but it's fun. I love those kinds of games. I'm terrible at first-person shooters. I'm terrible at any kind of shooter. So I don't generally play them. Like I said, I like games that I'm able to figure puzzles out. Like, I have played every single, like, a fun fact about me, I have played every single Nancy Drew PC game to date. I don't know why, it's just a guilty pleasure. I love those games. I will always be entertained by them, even though they're very easy and they're very straightforward. I love them. I've played every single one. There's like 34 out, and I love them. I don't know what it is. I love them. Oh, people are following me on Instagram. Following me on Instagram. Yay! People are following me on Instagram. I'm so happy that people are actually gravitating to my other social media accounts. Like, and I love I'm always on Twitter, and I'm always on Instagram, I'm always on Discord. I post the links of the things that I'm on. So I'm not on things like Twitch very often, so I don't really post the link to that. Though if you search, again, my name, it'll come up. But I don't really have any other platforms that I'm on. You know, I don't use Facebook, not even in my personal life. Like, So I'm not really on there. I've got every other account. I don't have a Snapchat because I don't want to use Snapchat. I'm kind of over Snapchat. And on my Instagram, I sometimes, you know, take videos of my real life and share them, you know, with you guys. It's not me personally. It's never me personally, but I love, love, love. I love just sharing little snippets of my life with you. Fighting games. Oh, those are fun. Just you mean the button mashing games? Like, I don't know anybody that actually has skill, like actual, like, not like, has a, how can I say this? Has a strategy. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's button mashing the game. So you look like Miranda background. Yes. Hands down. I look like I could be her child. But, early season, like, last season of Gotham, yeah, not the newest one, this new one that's coming out, like, the last season, where she had, like, really pretty long hair. Oh, see, that's cute. I just got the fan art. That's cute. Ooh, half and half hair. I like that. Yes, I like that. That's cool. I dig it. Thank you. Finally, I like it. I like it. Thank you. Strategic button mashing. Up, down, left, right. A, B, start. Like, I love it. Like, I just think it's so funny. Like, in my personal opinion, I just think it's so funny. Like, we are almost at the 2.5 mark. And I am enjoying and hanging out with all of y'all. I am so excited. I'm just happy to be here. Like, I'm happy that y'all are here, and I'm happy that y'all are talking to me and chatting with me and wanting to get to know me a little better. Like, I appreciate that. Like, I like that. Like, I appreciate that. And I also appreciate the voice actors who are currently in my stream, who work with me currently. Like, I love you guys very much. I appreciate you for being here. And I'm very excited because, like I said in the beginning of the stream, I've got a lot of projects in the works, and I'm really excited because there are some people in the chat that are like, I love it. Like, I'm so happy that people are here and supporting me and the other voice actors on my channel. Like, I really love it. I really, really love it. Raise your hand if you're hyped for Spyro. I'm always hyped for Spyro as long as it's not that frickin' Skylanders version. I don't know what that mess was, but that is not Spyro. At me, fight me. Like, I don't care. I love Spyro. I grew up with Spyro. I still have the original for the PlayStation, and I play it all the time. I love it. Hello, everybody who's just now joining, and for those who are popping off and leaving, I wish you a good day, but I'm currently, you know, we're just chitty-chatting about video games, and, yeah, we're getting into some classic games. Well, classic for me. Not classic for a lot of people, but classic for me. My chair. Super squeaky. I need to WD-40 my chair. Or I need to get one of those PewDiePie chairs. It's like I can flip a switch and just disappear. Can you do this? And I'm sorry if I'm clipping the audio as well. I'm very sorry if I'm being loud. So Vix just turned British now? When? When did I do that? Like, I don't remember. No purple pug. This shit's the purple pug. Oh my goodness. Purple pug. Oh my god. That's exactly what it is. It's a purple pug. Oh my god. That's so funny. Oh my. I can't stop laughing. Hold on a second. Oh, that's funny. Purple pug. That's funny. I've never heard him called that, but it basically is. I love it. Sorry, I'm just dying for a second. Hold on. I'm so glad I don't have asthma. Can you do a British accent, actually? Yes, I can do it. It's only $3.99. I know, it's not that expensive for a gaming chair, or for a gaming accessory, I guess. It's up there, but it's for a gaming accessory, like, it doesn't surprise me. Costs just as much as a PS4, if not more so, I think. Is Skylanders still a thing? I don't think not as much anymore. I think Lego Dimensions kind of kicked Disney Infinity and Skylanders ass. Like, Lego, just because of the fact that they own everything. Think about it, you guys. Lego is everywhere and has every kind of reference, no matter what type of copyright hold they've got on it. Lego's got a copy. So Lego was able to do more things than Disney or Sony were able to do at all. So it's awesome. Like, of course Lego was the one that kicked all of their butts. Like, I think Lego is still, doing its thing. She likes it. I do like that one, Purple Pug. I've never heard that before in my life. That's so funny. Could you do a British accent on stream now? Why? Like, I'm enjoying chatting in my ratchet voice? My Jenna Marbles ratchet voice. Yeah, your chair is cool, but can it do this? Vanishes into the shadow realm. Hey girl, ew, no, go away, I have a boyfriend. But can he do this? Oh my goodness, I absolutely love what Lego has kind of done to the video game industry. Like, Disney and Skylanders had cute concepts, and then Lego was like, what about boom? What about this train wreck that we're about to roll right through you? Like, it took off, and I think it's still taking off, which is incredible to think about, especially considering what Disney is planning to buy soon. If they were to do that, they could actually expand. Like, if Disney ends up attaining Fox, they will be able to actually expand and get the X-Men as part of their, Disney fellowship, I guess, Disney logo. Because that's the last thing that Disney doesn't have that's Marvel's. Fox owns X-Men. Did you know that Fox actually has a copyright on the word mutant? And that's why in every other video that isn't a Fox film, that has to do with X-Men, they don't use the word mutant. They use everything but, because Fox has the copyright on it. So what Disney's trying to do is they're trying to buy out those last creative aspects so they can make the last couple of movies. And, like, it's really crazy. Like, it's crazy to think about. Yes, all Lego games are the same. It's just a different, like, movie or theme slapped onto it. But hey, I think it's cute because the logo, the dialogue is still very sarcastic. It's those characters, but sarcastic, and I love that. I'm just curious as to how you would sash how you would sound as a posh English person. Apparently, I can't, with the fact that I can't even English correctly, I wouldn't sound posh at all. Oh. If you were a mutant, what would you be? Oh, I would definitely be Deadpool's daughter. 100%. I would be straight up Miss... Oh my god, I can't remember her name. Vanessa. I would be Vanessa and Wade's child. 100%. Like, I would be their child. I would be that kind of mutant. Whatever combination they give me, whether that be a hyper regenerating bloodbender, or whether that be a shapeshifter, etc., whatever it may be, that is an advanced mutation of Wade and Vanessa, that would be me. I choose that because, that character specifically, because I am that person. My father and mother are basically Deadpool and Vanessa. Like, I love them to death, but they basically are them, verbatim. And I feel like I'm already living that life, except without the mutant abilities. And the fact that, of course, my dad doesn't have cancer. Doesn't have every series of stage 4 terminal cancer. Like, he doesn't have that. Hello, people who are just joining in, and hello. I have not actually seen Deadpool 2. I saw the first one. I haven't gotten around to the second one. I've heard mixed reviews about it. Heard it was funny, but it didn't hold up to the first one. But then again, the first one, you know, it was great. It was because it was released at a time when it was the first real rated R graphic novel movie. Like, it was the first one, and because of all the hype that it got, and because of the freaking marketing team, like, the marketing, I really wish I was still going to school when that film was released, because that marketing team deserved an Oscar. The Deadpool marketing team deserves awards, like multiple awards. Because they did it right. They did advertising correctly for this franchise. Like, oh my god, they did this properly. I have to go sing some stuff. Bye. Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping by, Shane. I'll be talking to you soon, I swear. Ooh, I'm sweating up in here. Why is it so warm in here? Oh, awesome. Been first time into the cafe, but I've been a subscriber for a long time. Welcome. Hello. Yeah, I'm going to try and make these a weekly thing. Like, I'm going to try, because there are, you know, moments where it's accessible and moments where it's not. Alrighty, we're past the 2.5 mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop in about a half an hour. So at around 11:30 for me, and a half an hour for everyone else. I'm probably going to end it there because I'm getting kind of tired and I want to go to bed. But I'm really enjoying my time here, and I'm happy that all of you have shown up and chatted with all of us. Like, these are really fun conversations and questions, even though sometimes they don't have to do with anything. And that's what I like. I like these kinds of conversations because I learn things, and who knows, you might learn something. Deadpool 2 had jokes that made even me go, oh, right, that was weird. Okay, see, that's what I was afraid of. Like, the jokes were like, they pulled out the stops on the first one, but then the second one was going to be really hard to kind of match, you know what I'm saying? And sequels are hard, man, especially when you got hype like the first one. Like, sequels are really hard to follow up with. X-Men Origins Deadpool is superior is like saying Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire with the dancing scene in the club is like the best Spider-Man scene. I'd say that Deadpool 2 is better because it captures Wade's character better. Really? Because the first one had that really amazing scene when he was first being diagnosed. Remember that? When he was sitting in the windowsill and shaking? Like, that scene, even as little as it was enough to show humanity. And those are the kind of moments that I really want the second movie to have, but I'm too afraid to watch. I love those moments where a film will take a moment and show you that this character, even though, yes, they are sarcastic and a pain in the ass and going through this, they're still dealing with something, and they're still human, so they still feel fear. And I love that. Like, I love that. Even though, like I said, a quick scene, still an amazing added. Like, it was one of those things that made me go, oh, thank you. Like, it brought humanity to it, in which most Marvel movies don't. They're just like, superhero, superhero, superhero. No, this person is a person that ended up being turned into that was forced to be a superhero. He didn't choose to do this. He was forced into it. And that's why I really like the fact that in the first one, they show the humanity. So I'm hoping that's what they do in the second one. I'm really hoping. Because, yeah, Wade is sarcastic. Yeah. But he's a person that was forced into this, realistically. And that's what I really want to see. Do you agree with pineapple on pizza? I agree with anything on a pizza, as long as that pizza is in front of me. I will eat it. I like all kinds of things on pizza because you can pretty much put lots of things on pizza. What day is it for you, Vixie? It is Sunday at 11 a.m. for me. Hey, I love the dancing Peter Parker. So did I! It's my favorite scene. It's the only scene that I will ever credit to the Spider-Man series as being a decent scene. Seems to think dubstep is still popular. Have you heard any top 40 song nowadays? It's alive and strong. Dubstep is still going on strong. Oh yes, baby. It is here and it is here to stay. The after credit Deadpool is like, yeah, that's something that I'm looking forward to, believe me. The first one was kind of like, it was okay. Like, it was cute, but it was So I'm excited to see what they do with it. Spider-Man 3 was pretty alright. The dance scene was my favorite scene! When he goes all, like, goth for a second and his hair falls in his face and they zoom in really close. Like, oh, it's cinematic masterpiece. I can't even say that with a straight face. Deadpool 2 is still worth the watch, mind you. Yes, I know. I have to watch it. I know I do. I owe it to Ryan. The only sequels that didn't disappoint me were Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Well, that's because they were books. Like, they had a reference to go off of. A lot of these movies, especially the superhero ones, don't really have a one way or another to go. There's millions and millions of stories with this one character that has to do with 8 different other stories, which has to do with 20 different other stories. So it's really hard for superhero movies to kind of have a sequential straight line story. It's really hard because there's always going to be that one person that doesn't get the story they wanted and complains about it, you know? It's the same, my biggest fear with Infinity War. Like, easily my biggest fear, and it was automatically confirmed. Like, I called it from day one. Tobey Maguire had a pretty good Spider-Man back in the day, but Tom Holland's performance lately has been really good and making me reconsider. I've heard good things about him. I've heard good things and bad things. I like the idea that they're keeping Spider-Man as an actual high schooler and not 30-year-olds playing 14-year-olds. No offense. Because that's who he is. He was... The Homecoming, they did the story correctly almost. I think... because wasn't Spider-Man originally he was a teenager that looked up to Iron Man, and because he was obsessed with him, became his own, and like kind of engineered his own superhero abilities. That's what happened. It's not, if I'm remembering that correctly, it wasn't a bite from a radioactive spider. It was a kid who was obsessed with Iron Man and wanted to be like Iron Man, but created his own ability, or I don't know. A lot of people have different stories and takes on it because of the fact that there's so many there's so many things I can talk about. Sorry, I'm like way far behind. Dubstep is still going on. Of course it is, honey. It's always been going on. It hasn't gone anywhere. Everything is technical nowadays. Everything is dubstep. Everything's got some kind of drop to it. If it's got a drop, it's dubstep. Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom made me physically upset. I haven't touched any of the new Jurassic Parks. I am sticking with my oldie but goodies. I'm not going anywhere near those new movies. I can't do it. I just can't bring myself to do it. Nothing against Chris Pratt or anything. I think he would do an amazing job. I can't do it, you know? Spidey pool. My ship. That is a ship that will never sink. It's a ship that sails itself, basically. Where can I send fan art? Instagram, Twitter, anywhere. On my Discord even. Go ahead and link it. Just throw it at me. Throw it to me. I'm here to catch it. Looking forward to Aquaman or Shazam. Oh, God. I'm looking forward to Shazam because I think that that's a story that we haven't seen yet, and I think that could be, in this day and age, I think it would have a place. I think it would be very well fitted. I don't remember it depends on what studio is putting it out. That's going to be the make or break, is what studio is, putting it out. And Aquaman, Jesus. That's the story everybody wanted, right? Like, don't get me wrong. The guy they got is, I could just eat him up like sushi. But I'm just saying that it's not, I see the trailer and I'm like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, okay, now I'm all caught up again. The Revenant, it was my favorite movie ever. Have you seen it? The movie with the Leonardo DiCaprio, the Oscar. Yes, I did see it. The one where he's out in the woods. It was intense. He deserved it. I personally thought he deserved it for Django Unchained because of that scene where he freaking broke his, hand on the glass. And, like, if Tom Cruise doesn't get nominated for Fallout, like, at least nominated, I'm going to be very upset. Because that man has practically killed himself to make this freaking movie. And that's what I respect. Those are the actors that I think deserve those kinds of attention and that kind of attention at awards. The people that, like, actually, like, put themselves out there to do these things. Just joined and heard ship that basically sails itself. Ship. That's what I said. Spidey pool. That's what I was talking about. That's a ship that basically sails itself. All I want is a Spidey Deadpool team up movie and I can die happy. But you gotta be careful because they're never gonna, nowadays, they're never gonna cross. Because, I think that they're gonna stick with Spider-Man being a teenager, and Deadpool is kind of like, shouldn't be anywhere near him with a 10-foot pole, if you know what I'm saying. Like, maybe if they bring in, like, the adult Spider-Man, like, if they do bring back Andrew Garfield, if that's gonna be a thing, I don't think it. I doubt it very, very heavily. But, you never know. People surprise me. Venom surprised me. I didn't think that they were gonna be able to make that into anything, like, original, but hell, they're doing it. The sequel? I mean, I don't know. Are they coming out with a sequel? I don't know. I've seen, like, trailers or, like, mock trailers that people have gone out of their way to do, like, fans have done. But I did see it, and it was phenomenal. It was so well done. Props to all those kids who put up with, that guy looking like Bill Skarsgård looking like that. Is it Bill? I know it's one of the Skarsgårds. Like, I cannot remember who it was. Like, amen to them. Like, I remember, like, watching interviews. I love watching interviews with people who play those characters, like the monster in the horror movies. Because the way he talked about working with the kids, like, he actually had to shake them at times. And then the second they were done, he'd be like, you good? You good? Like, things would go back to normal. Like, he would smile and he would just walk away. That's it. Like, it was just a normal thing. Like, I would love to be an actor in one of those films. I would love to be either the monster or the person that their monster is coming after, because I think that would be fun. Oh, is James Wan directing it? Huh. All right. We'll see. I mean, he's got good stuff, but I mean, the trailer wasn't anything exciting to me. I mean, to me. But that's just it, that's why there's different superheroes, is because everybody's got different flavors, you know? Venom is giving me anxiety. I'm afraid of it being so boring with only 14 minutes of Venom. Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a lot more of an AI type of Venom. Like, they're giving a voice to the actual symbiote, which is interesting because I don't ever remember that being a thing. Like, it was just this lifeless blob. Like, it just, or lifeless, like it was a blob. Like, it didn't have any kind of, I don't know, like the idea of understanding compassion. It didn't have any kind of emotion. It just attacked it randomly, you know, and fed off of people's hatred. So I'm gonna give Venom the benefit of the doubt. I know it's just it's Sony's attempt to jump in on the rated R, comic book movie franchise, because we got Logan and Deadpool. So it's just them trying to get in on that, like, rated R coin. And the only one that they could do that would make any sense was Venom. I mean, think about it. You couldn't do any other character as rated R unless it was the Killing Joke. And they've already done that. So that's just it. It's just, in my opinion, that's what I'm afraid of, is that it's going to be one of those, like, just last attempts to jump in on the rated R Marvel, like, comic book movie bandwagon in order to rake in, you know, it's like clickbait, essentially. It's just to get viewers in, and I'm afraid that it's just going to, that they're going to mess up the story. Like, that's what I'm afraid of. Because if they don't have Spider-Man in it, then it doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just Venom, that doesn't make any sense. It's got to be, at least, you know, talk about him once or twice. Or it's got to be in a universe where he exists. Or that Venom is aware of that, you know? No, exactly. Yeah. How do you give Venom Spider-Man, like, powers without a Spider-Man? And that's just it, is that I don't think it's going to be a Spider-Man-esque type of thing. It's a symbiote that just does its own thing. You know, it just kind of, it's like an extension of the person's body. It's not actually like a Spider-Man thing. Like, it doesn't shoot webs. It doesn't morph into the same suit. It's just there. And I think that's what they're doing to avoid having to deal with touching on Spider-Man, is that you haven't seen him in the full suit, because I don't think there is going to be a full suit. I don't think so. Venom did have a voice inside of Eddie Brock. Yeah, it's, God, what's his name? He's a really big actor right now. I can't even remember his name. He's like a huge guy. Like, he's pretty beefy. I can't remember the guy's name for the life of me. He was in a show recently. I think that Tim Burton directed. What was his name? What is his name? It's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh well. The original Predator. Oh yeah, they're coming back with Predator. I'll see how it goes. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I think that nowadays, I'd like to see, I think that, you know, Predator could be, I think we're in a good point with, you know, computer graphics and motion capture, that we can do a Predator like it was originally intended. So, we'll see. I'm really excited to see where they, you know, if it's going to be a remake or if it's going to be a sequel. Because if it's a sequel, it's going to be hard to watch. What do you think into the Spider-Man universe coming out at the end of the year? Oh, and that's right, the Too Many Spider-Man movie or video that I don't know. I honestly, I think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be really bad because you don't understand how many different variations of Spider-Man there actually are. There are hundreds. I don't think it's going to do well because, it's like Infinity War, that when you cram a bunch of really beloved characters with already established backstories, someone's going to get left out and a huge crowd of people is going to be upset about it. That's what I think. Tom Hardy, thank you. Tom Hardy. I was like, thank you. Yes, he's going to be the voice. I'm pretty sure he's the voice of Venom. Tom Hardy. Who, I approve. I could listen to Tom Hardy speak for hours. I have so many concerns for it, but I'll try and wait until I can have an answer. Just hope that the Spider-Verse movie is good. Like I said, I'm hoping. I have my fingers crossed for the fandom, but for me, that's why I really haven't swayed one way or another in terms of fandom, is because I can't get my expectations up, I want it to be horror, not sci-fi, and the new Predator is a sequel by the looks of the trailer. Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, we've had sequels to Predator, like Predator 2, AVP, AVP 2, etc., etc. So we'll see how this goes. Like, I haven't seen the trailer. I know that it's there. I just haven't watched it. So I'll have to check it out because I like Predator. I think it's a classic. I've been trying to do the noise. I've been trying to figure that out, but I have not come close. And I swear I will figure it out. There was a whole clone saga with Spider-Man and Gwen after Gwen Stacy died in the comics, and it was a shit show. I remember there was also a series where Spider-Man technically joins the Fantastic Four after, I can't remember which character dies, but there's a series where he's part of the Fantastic Four. There's a series where he's this and that, and oh my god, there's so many universes that the guy's got his, finger in. Favorite actor or actress from a classic Hollywood? Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, she's not super classic, but, she's not super old school Hollywood, but she is a classic in my book. She will always be, timeless to me. But yeah, I mean, she was also in a comic book style movie. Speaking of which, I think it's just because I've got comics on the night. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. I've never really gotten into the whole Predator movie franchise. Is it good? The first one was. The original from, I believe it was the 80s. It was great. It's got that classic feel to it. And, I mean, it's kitschy, it's really kitschy. And the newer ones, because there's so much expectations in terms of high definition and, motion capture and animation, it's getting really hard to keep up with, it's really getting hard to keep people entertained and not expect them to want more, or not expect them to leave with wanting more. I think Peter Cullen, the voice behind Optimus Prime, made the sounds for Predators and Aliens. Cool. I would love to be able to do that click noise. I have no idea how to do it. I've been trying, but I have no idea. I can't even come close. I sound like a creature from something else. I sound like a creature from that binge watch video I did. Horrible at Photoshop, but tweeted me some really bad. Oh god, is it me on is it Marina background on a? It has to do with Marina background. I'm calling it now. I'm going to check my Twitter right now. I'm looking at this. I knew it. It's Marina Backroom's face. I knew it. Oh, come on. Don't steal her. I'm not Marina Background. Don't steal her image. It's funny, but come on. Don't steal her image. Can movies be fun again? I miss having fun watching a movie. Really, Ready Player One made me really miss dumb fun movies. I couldn't watch that. Like, I appreciate Steven Spielberg. Do not get me wrong. That man will always be a hero to the cinematic industry, but damn, I couldn't watch Ready Player One. I couldn't. Like, oh my God, I already seen Sword Art Online. I don't want to, I don't need to see it again. At me if you think that I'm wrong. Like, seriously. I've already seen Sword Art Online. It's not just like rolling your R's. It's not just rolling your tongues. It's not just making that purr sound. It's a click noise that you have to do with your uvula. And it's a very specific noise that basically it has to do with your throat. It has to do with making specific, like your tongue is pushed against your teeth, but your uvula is the one that's vibrating and making the click noise. And I can't remember if you inhale or exhale to do it. I think you inhale and that's the way you do it. Like you inhale and growl almost, It's like a pop, you got that kind of noise, but I can't just do that repeatedly. But that's just it as that. I love Predator. Like, I personally think that it's got a very special place in my heart. Oh, we are coming up on the 3-hour mark. We have been chatting for 3 hours, everybody. That's amazing. I appreciate every single one of you for sticking it out with me and chatting with me and hanging out with me. I appreciate every single one of your beautiful faces very much. I appreciate you chatting with me about and listen to my grievances about movies and such. Coming from a film major, like a very, very cynical film major, like if you want, like if you're thinking about I haven't gone to the movies in a long time, and that's because of film school, it has really destroyed movies for me because I know how they're going to end. 5 seconds in, I know how it's going to end. And it's because of it's because of the school I went to. Because I know how movies are made, so I know what's happening. How is this? Hello? Yes, hello? Hello? Hello, sorry about that. My internet decided to reset itself. Again, reasons why I don't. Another reason why Vixie doesn't stream her games, because I have a broke person's internet. Like, I don't have high quality internet that allows me to, do all this amazing stuff. I can only do what I can with the very, very limited resources I have. So I appreciate everybody kind of sticking with me, and yeah, I want to be able to do more, and I know I will when I have the time and the funds to do so. I appreciate every single one of you for sticking with me in these chats. I am planning on doing another one next weekend. I'm going to try and jump in, and hopefully by then my new project will be released. And oh my God, I'm so excited. Like I said, I know that this one is going to blow up. This is the series that people are going to come to see. And I know why. It's not, I know it's one of those that's going to be like, people are going to come to see this, but I'm hoping that with that, people also branch out and explore things like, my other videos, or like Crittenden Theatre, because Crittenden Theatre deserves more recognition than just 300 views. Like, that's pathetic. I have 5,000 subscribers and only 300 views on a very passionate project of mine with 6 other very talented voice actors and actresses. And that hurts me that they were only given 300 views. Like, that hurts me. So I want to hopefully try and do more popular themes in terms of ASMR to be able to, or in terms of roleplay to be able to bring people, and hopefully they stick around for streams and check out all the other stuff that I do, because I love my passion projects. They make me happy, and they really are where I feel like I excel at. And so I appreciate every single one of you who's seen it, who enjoys it, who's commented on it. Like, I appreciate you for doing that. And because I know you don't have to, and I know it's an optional thing, but I feel like it deserves more credit, not because of me, but because of all the other people that put the time and effort into it. Like 6 other people helped me out on this, you guys, and are going to continue to help me out on this for a while. Crittenden Theatre is going to be sticking around for a while, whether people like it or not. So I hope that you enjoy it. You know, I hope you enjoy the ride, because I think you are really going to like where it's going. It literally encompasses every single kind of theater or movie motif: sci-fi, romance, thriller, action. Like, the only difference is that it's not an ex-listener thing. You know, it's an audio play. So you're basically listening to an audiobook. But for those of you who haven't checked it out, please watch it. I would, you know, it's not going to be on Patreon it's not going to be a Patreon exclusive. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be YouTube. It's going to be free. You are all going to be able to catch every single chapter I put out from here until it ends. But for the time being, thank you so much for sticking around and hanging out with me. We're at the 3-hour mark. I can't thank you enough for subscribing, for popping in the chat, for just, you know, for making fan art, for giving me ideas, for helping me, for some of you. And like, I cannot believe that there are people who want to work on my channel, and I'm more than happy to pick up those people and, you know, carry them into this world, because I'm still starting out just as much as everyone else is, you know, just as much as the other people who are at the 5,000 subscriber mark are, or, you know, at this point. We're all working, you know, we're all trying to get to Cardland status. We're all trying to get to, you know, ASMR Honey status. We're trying to get up there, you know, we're trying. And I really, really, really can't thank you all enough for the time and effort that you put into me. Like, you take time out of your day to come and listen to me. And that is insane. Like, people find comfort from my videos. Like, I've helped people. And it almost brings tear to my eyes to think about how I feel like I haven't done anything, but yet there's this community of people that have gravitated towards me, and that's amazing. It's so wonderful. And I want you all to know, I want you to know, specifically you, to know that you have a safe place here, that you are welcome in this community, that you are welcome here. My door is always open. You know, I want my channel to be a safe space. I want it to be a community, a community that has different opinions, but can still come together and just shoot the shit, you know, like just chat and have a good time, and not have it be anything aggressive or anything negative. It's just positive, positive, positive. And that's what I like, because I always feel rejuvenated after doing these streams. I always feel like I can go out and face the world no matter what comes to me. So thank you. You're the reason that I'm able to do these streams. You're the reason that I'm able to continue pushing myself through all of this crazy, crazy, crazy world that I'm living in. So thank you from the very, very bottom of my heart for being here. Like, I don't care what you look like. I don't care how old you are. I don't care at all. About those little things. I care that you are here, and that you are, I'm hoping at least, having a good day. You know, like I hope that you, and if not, I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good day soon. You know, I hope that you have a better day. And I hope that your day continues to do nothing but get better. And because that's really what I want. You know, I want everybody to just be okay. You don't have to be like 100%. You don't have to be like, you know, there. You don't have to do any single which way. All you have to do is just be okay. And then that's how I know I've done my job. You know, if you're okay, you're doing good. That's I'm doing my job. So thank you for putting up with me, and for me getting a little emotional for a moment. But, you know, these are the moments that I can do it, because I'm actually talking to you as a person. So thank you all once again. I'm going to continue to do this, and I'm going to continue to say thank you until my, you know, last breath on this channel. But like I said, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. So thank you again. And I appreciate every single one of you lovely little nuggets. I appreciate you, lovely. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. You lovely. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And I hope that you all have a good day. Bye, lovelies.